Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Show. It's West Ham United against Newcastle United this afternoon. Kick off 1 hour and 3.5 minutes away, which means lineups are 3.5 minutes away. However, there are changes to West Ham's starting 11 in comparison to last Sunday against Leicester City. One change, I'm interested to see if Gonzo's going to like it or not. I can't tell. I'm looking forward to your reaction, actually, if it's correct. Anyway, how are you feeling?
I'm a bit disappointed, mate. A bit disappointed.
Yes,
Couldn't
I
go to
thought
the
you would be.
games today. Yeah, I'm ready to, was ready to go. My son's birthday it wasn't his birthday day. It's his birthday Wednesday, but it's his birthday treat. And the trains, Great Western Railways, we just couldn't go. So myself and Nick and Grace and Jakey, we're stuck at home, I'm afraid, my friend. So yeah, a bit gutted, but I won't be the only person that's had travel disruptions. And of course, Newcastle United themselves have had travel disruptions.
Speaking of Newcastle United, one of the rumours going round on social media this morning, Gonzo, is that Saint-Maximin is out, that he's missing for 2 to 3 weeks for Newcastle. He hasn't even travelled to London.
Oh, 2 to 3 hours will do. Yeah, maybe they couldn't get him on the coach or something like that. Well, that would be great. Has to be said. That would be great. It's a good opportunity for us. If that's the case, Trippier's out as well as we're led to believe. They've had a long old coach journey in the bad weather, and if Saint-Maximin's out as well, and what's his name, Wilson's out, then it's all the planets have aligned for us, really. But we've got to go and do our part, which is play well and score some goals.
It's sort of, if true, we'll find out in a couple of minutes. If true, though, there's almost no excuses for West Ham, really, is there? We had a slight advantage with the weather. We had a slight advantage last week because not only is Kieran Trippier out, their backup, Mankilo, is also out as well. So they're down to their third choice right back there. The best players out. I mean, sometimes it's no better time to play a team because of the form they show. Last night, Betway messaged me later on and said, listen, we've actually got 3 tickets for tomorrow. Do you want to give them away? So we gave them away on Twitter. But Alan, who he no longer works Betway, he works for the company that owns Betway, but he was one messaged me, and Arsenal fans, I said to him, you're playing Brentford at the right time. He goes, yeah, it probably is the right time to play Brentford. Now, he's saying that because of form, but actually this is the right time to play Newcastle, not because of form, they've won 3 on the bounce, but because of all the other circumstances.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Well, we've got to do our part, though. This is the thing. It's not going to be enough, but we should have had, I know it was a bit gusty down at the training ground yesterday, but that being said, there are all the trees and all that are a long way away from the playing surface. It's actually quite open plan. And, they don't have their hats and their scarves on. It would have been a bit windy, but by and large, I think our preparation would have been unhindered, and hopefully there's a couple of the players who maybe might have struggled. I think Declan and Zuma maybe they don't live in Essex basically, but by and large our players should have been able to get there to the ground nice and easily today, so we've got a massive advantage, mate. We've not been stuck on a coach for between 7 and 10 hours basically.
They've got Chris Wood, that is true. 7 goals in 11 games Chris Wood has got against West Ham United. We are his 3rd best opponent in the history of his career. I can't remember the other team, Huddersfield. He scored more goals against Huddersfield anyway, but 7 goals in 11. However, only 1 goal in his last 4. Basically, since Moyes has come in, he's only scored 1 goal in 4 games against David Moyes, but under Pellegrini and Slaven Bilic used to rub his hands. He loved it under those managers. So Chris Wood remains up front. Anyway, the lineup should be out, Gonzo, so shall we take a look?
Yeah, please, mate. I'm intrigued what your little surprise is. Well, not your little surprise, but whatever it is.
Let me just quickly do this. Yeah, I think I've got it right because Charlie's working this morning, so I think I've got the team right. So there you go. Fabianski in goal with Ryan Fredericks right back. Craig Dawson and Kurt Zuma centre back with Aaron Creswell left back. Declan Rice and Thomas Souček in the middle with Jared Bowen, Said Benrahma and Pablo Fornals playing behind Michail Antonio.
Where's Lanzini? There's no Lanzini.
For what it's worth, he's not on the bench either. So when Moyes was saying he's got a couple of concerns ahead of the game, he was referring to Manuel Lanzini.
Oh well, that's a shame.
But let's talk about the big one though. Ryan Fredericks in at right back for Saint-Maximin, who let me just double check because this is quite crucial now. I've actually put Fredericks in to deal with Saint-Maximin.
He might not be there. Yeah, if you got it, are you looking for the Newcastle team? Are you?
Yeah, he's not there.
Oh, well, do you know what? I mean, fair play to Eddie Howe. Fair play to Eddie Howe for him to keep that quiet and then make Moyes change his team for a player that ain't even going to be there. Fair play. You know, that's 1-0 Eddie Howe on that one, really, because obviously he would have started Johnson. And you know what? It's up to Ryan Fredericks. Ryan Fredericks can have a good game here. It's up to him now to actually cause them some problems, really, down there left-hand side. That should be good. We'd have rather Johnson, but you know what? We've got to attack them, you know, and regardless of his deficiencies in some of his technical play, Fredericks will attack more than Johnson will. So actually, we do have to take the game to them. And what you were saying about Woods earlier, Burnley was set up for Chris Wood. You know, they really were. I don't think Newcastle are. I know they put crosses over, but it's different. As putting crosses over are very different to a team being set up for them as well. So I still think they're going to sit back more than maybe their recent reputation might have you believe. I think they might sit back a little bit. So we've got to attack Fredericks. I still would actually for this game would prefer Fredericks ahead of Soufal, but I would have put Johnson in. But there you go.
Yeah, we've set up for Saint-Maximin. He's not there, so be it. At least, what I will say, at least Moyes have taken Saint-Maximin into consideration. He's dropped Soufal, who's not been playing really well recently. It does, though, possess the question, well, why is Souček and Antonio still in the team when they've been playing poorly? Soufal's another player, a few bad games, out. The other two, you can just stay in the team, even though you're playing poorly, because of lack of options. We know that. I don't understand why Fredericks is playing a right back ahead of Johnson. It's a bit worrying. We're supposed to be negotiating a contract with Ben Johnson as we speak, and we're almost going to have another Jeremy Ngakia situation on our hands where why would he stay? Why would Ben Johnson stay at West Ham? You know, he's basically been told today, your third choice right back, and I know the reasons will be, well, Fredericks has got the pace for Saint-Maximin, but Ben Johnson, I'd imagine, would be sitting there going, but I can cope with that. I'm all right. I can cope with Saint-Maximin's pace. You put me up against better wingers than Saint-Maximin, and I've coped fine. Why am I not getting a game here? What have I done for you to say I'm going with pace over you? Hang on a minute. Am I that bad a defender? Does what I do every other aspect of it? Fredericks is only better at Ben Johnson in a foot race. Defending, Johnson's better. Attacking, well, I don't think there's too much between them. Passing, Johnson's better. Positioning, Johnson's better. Ben Johnson's better at everything than Ryan Fredericks, bar speed, which is not really something he can help. I think we've got like an option to extend Johnson's contract automatically anyway. There's a clause in there. Well, thank God, because I wouldn't want to go into negotiations with the lad right now after over the last few weeks saying, sorry, mate, you're third choice right back. Do you want to sign a new deal with us? I'd be saying, no, piss off. I'm going somewhere else. Ngakia had the right idea. He went to the wrong club. He had the right idea, which is going to go get my game time somewhere else. Thank you very much. It's not good, really. It's a good team. I think the rest of it sort of picks itself through default, really, with Lanzini out. I think it makes the decision between Ben Rama, Fornals, and Lanzini a little bit easier further up the park. But Fredericks fine. You know, I've seen his immediate opponent. It's not the most difficult in the world. He should be fine for this one. If he doesn't, might as well just release him after today. The bench for West Ham this afternoon is Areola. We've also got Elise and Diop. Soufal is missing from the bench altogether, so he's another player that perhaps David Moyes was referring to. Ben Johnson, however, is on the bench alongside Mark Noble, Alex Kral. We've also got Chester's on the bench with Vlasic and Andrei Yarmolenko.
Well, nice to see Chester's on there. I guess, Diop can feel unlucky to be on there, certainly, can't he? So, but, they've got to pick the team, as we said, whilst we were discussing Chris Wood earlier, then if there is a contest in terms of jumping and heading, then you would always fancy Zuma to be the preferable choice to go up against him rather than Diop. So that's that. Yeah, it's a frustration. I've got to be honest with you, Joe. I can't wait for a lot of these players to be gone, so they're not even an option for Moyes next season. I get annoyed seeing Yarmolenko on there. Yeah,
it's a weak bench. I mean, you look at it, you think, all right, Vlasic maybe we could get Chester's on, but we know Chester's won't come on. We need a goal. He's not coming on the pitch. It's Yarmolenko that's coming on the pitch with Vlasic, and he might do something else elsewhere. But it's not the best bench in the world. That at least when we played Leicester last week, we had Vlasic and Ben Ram, and we're like, well, let's get this £50 million worth of talent on the pitch then, Dave. He did eventually, but this one we've still got Vlasic, but it's a bit light. I'll tell you that. Defensively, I think we're okay on the bench. We've got Diop. We've also got Ben Johnson. We're 2 goals up, or a goal up, and we're under pressure. We've got the options defensively. Mark Noble can come on in the centre midfield to help keep the ball. But in terms of offensively, we're a goal down. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, actually. Don't really fancy that bench changing the game. So I'm a bit like yourself. Anyway,
do you know? Let's go with that a second.
Yeah.
Let's say we were for once. We got a little glimmer of it with Dawson saying I'm staying up here in the other game, right? Actually, if we did, what I would expect Moyes to do would actually do something like play Souček up front and bring Chesters on for a bit of energy in the middle or something, just for once to see him do something different. That being said, I don't expect us in this game to be in a position where we're late on in the game looking for substitutions to try and pull it back because we're losing. I think this is a good opportunity for us, as I already mentioned. But yeah, it is a tired looking old bench, isn't it?
Yeah, it's limited, one with limited options anyway. Right, what I will say while I'm quickly typing up the Newcastle team for you, the stream today, you might notice that we've got a thing on at the minute. Only subscribers can comment. The reason is we obviously have a lot of trolls on watch-alongs and stuff. Sometimes myself and Gonzo will have Charlie in the background doing the bloody typing like this and kicking out all the trolls, but we don't have him until 12:10. He's working. He's working on the Olympics at the minute. Good kick for Charlie, that. So he will be along in a bit. So basically, if you want to comment, you're going to have to subscribe to the channel, then comment in a little bit. We may remove the feature next week. We'll see how we get on. So you can comment, but you just need to subscribe. Right, Newcastle team. Hopefully, I've done it right. And if there's any spell mistakes, I don't really care, to be honest with you. Anyway, right, in goal, we've got Dubravka. He's in goal. They've got a back four. They're sticking with their 4-3-3 formation, Newcastle today. Matt Target left back with Dan Burn and Shah in the middle with Kraft at right back. A midfield trio of Willock, Shelvey and Yolenton with Chris Wood up front with Ryan Fraser on his right and Jacob Murphy on his left. What are you thinking?
I think it's a bad team. I think it's a bad team.
That's a relegation team, that, isn't it?
It's a poor quality team, I've got to say that there. And if I was Newcastle, I'd be thinking, where's the new geezer? Where's the Brazilian? Do you know what I mean?
He's on the bench.
Yeah, if I'd paid 30 million, I understand. But if you've got everyone fit and, at the back of 3 wins and Trippier's fit and saint-maximin's playing and so on and so forth, I think you can probably afford to let the Brazilian wizard sit on the bench. But when you've got a front, that's Jacob Murphy, who used to play for Norwich, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, we should be beating this team. There's no doubt about it. We should be beating this team. I know Joe Linton's been playing well, as you alluded to, since his positional switch. We know that Shelvey has got good technique. He's got a good long pass and a good long shot, but I'm not looking at too many players there who would get into our team. I can't see. I'm not sure a single one gets into our team, actually. And that's at
the minute. The only 2 I would take at the minute because of West Ham players' form. I would probably take Target at the minute because I think Creswell's out of form at the moment, and then one of their centre midfielders because I think Souček's out of form. Who that would be, I don't know. I think Yolenton would actually be perfect for David Moyes. The problem is he wouldn't be perfect for Declan Rice. I think Shelvey would be perfect for Declan Rice still because he's taken up this sort of more defensive midfielder position in the last couple of seasons. But that's about it. And I'd probably take Chris Wood for the bench, just because we don't have one. But yeah, it's not a great Newcastle team. That's a team that deserves being a relegation zone, to be honest with you, on paper. But Eddie Howe's got them playing quite well and punching above their weight a little bit in recent weeks. Anyway, the Newcastle bench today, Bruno is on the bench. The reason he's not going to the team, though, is because the 3 centre midfielders have done quite well recently for Newcastle. Yeah. Howe has shown faith in his midfield trio. Paul Dummett's on the bench as well, along with Fernandez, Sean Longstaff. Lascelles on the bench with Dwight Gale, Almiron, Dayball and Darlow. Who's that Dayball? No, I don't know. He's a midfielder, number 50, 19 years old. Never heard of him. Lucas Dayball is on the bench as well. But quite a decent enough bench for more Premier League experience than ours.
Oh, yeah, Lascelles good defender. I think I always thought Almiron's a complete pain in the arse, particularly bringing him off the bench. He's so fast. He's gonna, you don't want him running against tired legs. That being said, we shouldn't have tired legs, quite frankly, because we've had a nice old week's break in windy Rush Green. Yeah, I am sort of buoyed by this. I think Fraser's looked quite sharp for them recently, but let's be perfectly frank here. They've come up against better wingers than Fraser on a weekly basis. So if we can't handle Ryan Fraser and Chris Wood, then we got bigger problem. We need to stop worrying about Europe and qualifying for Europe and all the rest of it. We need to get the win here, and then let Newcastle worry about Newcastle.
Well, there's the teams. We're going to discuss the match in just a minute, as well as get interactive with the live chat. Don't put your thoughts in the live chat just yet. We'll request them in a few minutes. Before we do, got some admin stuff to get over and done with. The sponsorship we'll do in a second. Then myself and Gonzo will do a little bet on Bet365, and if it wins, we'll give one of you the money. So Gonzo's thinking up a funny phrase. But before we do that, I've got a little clip. Hopefully this works, Gonzo. It's the UFF app. I'll tell you how to download it in just a second. But essentially, UFF is Ultimate Fantasy Football. What you do is download it. It's a free app. You join up. It's completely free. 6-a-side football, but there's a twist. This clip will explain it in just a second, because you have to open packs to get your players. Now, I haven't opened my packs for a couple of weeks, so he thought, you know what? I'm going to screen record my pack opening so you can get a little gist of what goes on in there. Probably feel the disappointment I felt. But anyway, here we have my pack opening. Started off with Small, Ngakia and Ahmad of Man United. Before my next pack, wasn't great. Lookman's all right. Odegaard at Arsenal and Broha, Southampton. That was a good pack. I like that pack. Then I went on to my gold ones. Rico Henry, Calvin Phillips, and Jack Grealish. But he's injured, so it's not much use today. The next pack up, I had Thomas Partey, Højbjerg, and the Man City team. And then I had a winner's pack from winning my mini group the other day. It was Leicester City. So I've done my little team. This is Geo's 6-a-side team going into the weekend. What do you make of this, Gonzo? So I've got Liverpool as my team, who are playing Norwich at home and Leeds at home.
So that's a win, isn't it, really?
I've got Alexander-Arnold and Robertson at the back. Now, there's some rumours Alexander-Arnold is not playing today. So if you've got him in your fantasy league, there's a little heads up. He's supposedly rested. But I put him in anyway because he'll play against Leeds during the week. Got Salah in there with the golden boot. Getting extra points. Salah scores against either of those teams. De Bruyne and Saka in midfield, because Saka's got 2 fixtures. And I'm going with Jimenez up front because he's also playing Leicester, followed by Arsenal. What do you make my team, Gonzo?
Cheats team. A cheats team. There's something dodgy going on there. That team looks too good. I've been playing the game every week since the start of the season. There's still some players I've not got. I want a Bruno Fernandes, not got one. I want a Javid Bowen, I've not got one. That's who I want. I need a Javid Bowen and a Bruno Fernandes to give me the best options possible. But I hope you don't get them, quite frankly, because there's £1,000 prize pool up there. I hope somebody else gets it with you and your cheats team. I'll tell you what I will tell you about this wonderful fantasy football game is that you don't have to have been in from the start. Geo says he's been building up his team. You can actually start from this week, and each week there's a brand new prize pool as well. It's free to join. The link is in the description below. It helps Hammers Chat out massively, because if we pay, I'm not going to lie, if we get 1,000 people sign up, we get paid. It's as simple as that, really. And this is our job, and we quite like to be paid, really. But the bonus is it really does dish out prizes. We've had people from Hammers Chat, subscribers, people that view the channel have won tenors, 50 quid. Someone even won 100 quid. I remember somebody won 30 quid as well. They do hand out cash prizes on a weekly basis.
So get involved, download the link in the description, and we appreciate it. Right, Gonzo, bet time. I've got it up. I've got it ready. What are you fancying? Got to do West Ham to win. The odds aren't bad for West Ham to win, so let's put that in straight away. Let's get that in there. Who we're backing to score? I think there's probably 2 or 3 candidates, really, but who are you fancying to score today?
Aside from the obvious, maybe a Fornals goal, because he's going to play central, and I think we'll attack a lot. That might be a sort of bet boosting choice, if you know what I mean, rather than the obvious ones.
I'll put him in there. Against Leicester, he was in good positions when we were counter-attacking as well. He didn't really make much use of it, but his positioning was good. So I'm okay with that one. We put Fornals in there as well. What we'll also do is we'll put in Jared Bowen to have 2 shots. You don't even have to hit the target. We'll do Jared Bowen to have 2 shots. Do you fancy Ben Rama have 2 shots?
He'll have 2 shots. He'll have 2 shots, all right. Yeah, whether they'll be on target's another matter, but definitely have 2 shots.
Right, we're going to need to pick someone to get booked, and then that should be it. Who do you fancy to get booked?
Shelby?
Well, we'll go with Kraft up against Ben Rama. Because he's crap.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, because I hope Ben Rama's had the instruction, which we discussed in the preview, certainly.
Let's whack it on. I've got a free bet, so I'll use that. Happy days. £165 if this bet wins. £165. So if all happens in the West Ham game, we will give away the winnings. Let me just find it. Here we go. So West Ham need to win the match with Pablo Fornals scoring any time. Jared Bowen and Saïd Benrahma both have 2 shots in total. They don't have to hit the target, just shots. It can get blocked by a defender, go 10 feet over the bar, does not matter. And Kraft, the right back for Newcastle today, to get yellow carded. If that wins, we'll give someone £165. To enter in the live chat, please put the following phrase.
Well, James has just sort of preempted me because I was going to go either craft the wood or burn the wood. So let's go with burn the wood.
Burn the wood. Get it into the live chat. Burn the wood. And you'll be entered. And if that bet wins, we will give the winnings away. Right, Gonzo, you see the teams. What are you thinking?
I think Fornals needs to have a good passing game. I think this is really important today. I want to see some inventive passing. I want to see quick thinking. I want to see him. I want to see him and Benrahma getting really close to Antonio. There's lots of opportunity in here. We've spoken about the fatigue. We've spoken about the disruption that Newcastle can. Sorry, that's flappy wings. They probably weren't going to fly over on a Sparrow or anything like that, but they couldn't get their private jet down to West Ham. So they've had to take the coach, National Express. So that's disruptive. But actually, saint-maximin's another one as well, Trippier. But actually, the disruption to the right back, which you alluded to in terms of Manquillo, that's big for Saïd Benrahma. He's not going to get much better opportunities because I do think he's out of position on the left wing. But to play against a third choice fullback, let's show what you got. Skin him, go past him, nutmegs, all the lot, all the tricks. Go past him, drive into that box, have a shot, set up Antonio, win a penalty. Benrahma hacked out for a penalty or something like that. It's just cause and bother. I think these are important factors to the game. We also need somebody, a big player. I'm talking about Antonio or Souček here, to improve their form, to stand up and do something. I'd like a goal from either. In fact, I'd like a goal from both of them. But either of those to score a goal would be very, very helpful today.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get a better time playing Newcastle. The build up to the game, everything's going in our favour. You look at their starting 11. For sure, David Moyes would like to have Lanzini available for the game. He probably would like to have Soufal available as well. It does make me a little bit worried. Was Moyes always going to play Fredericks, or is he only playing Fredericks because Soufal's out? Which is it? I don't know. But we're not going to get a better time. Like you said, there's a big pressure on a few of those boys. You look around our team. Creswell's not had a great few weeks. Souček's been out of form for a while. Benrahma's in danger of becoming a super sub, a bit like Lanzini. As they come off the bench, they look brilliant for 20 minutes. They earn their start. They get the start and then they disappear. Right, okay, back out the team, back in the team. Benrahma and Lanzini. I know Lanzini's not playing today, but Benrahma has to be careful not to get like a super sub tag. It was Pellegrini. I remember Pellegrini used to keep bringing Antonio on his sub, and Antonio would go do the business, but you keep him on the bench. And people would say, "Oh, why not play him?" Well, that was his plan B. If he starts Antonio, that he doesn't have a plan B anymore. It's like, well, I now don't have someone on the bench to bring on. Benrahma's in danger of falling into that Antonio Pellegrini trap a little bit because he does well off the bench, but starting. Saying that, St. James's Park earlier this season, Benrahma was dynamite. He was unbelievable that game. We need to see that Benrahma. We need to see that Antonio. Them two were just superb. So was saint-maximin, but it was a really good, entertaining game. End to end, full of attacking players strutting their stuff. And that's what we want to see a little bit today. Should be a good game. Newcastle fans will have struggled to get to the game. Well done to anyone that's made it down from Newcastle for this one. I've seen some Newcastle fans on social media leaving at 1 a.m. to get in the car and drive down for it and stuff. They've all brought their inflatable cats. Newcastle fans have got their inflatable cats in the way end, £4 on Amazon. Their little
Have they really?
Yeah, they've got their blown up cats ready for their way end. Do you know something? Fair play. Love that. I love a bit of banter and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they'll be in the way end waving the cats around, so that'll be fun in games. But anyway, let's see what live chat are saying. Get your thoughts into live chat. You're seeing the West Ham team, the Newcastle team. Get your thoughts in. Let us know what you're thinking. Carl says we'd like to see Rice give Souček the running of the game. Get his confidence back up. Rice sit back. Souček run the show. Can't see it happening, but still.
Yeah, I mean, look, we got to do what's best for the team. Whatever. So we got to judge the room, haven't we? We've got to have a look at the conditions and look how the game's going, and if that's the best thing to do, if their central defenders are looking a little bit shaky, absolutely unleash Souček on them. If what we feel that we need because of their midfield, Willock and Shelby and Joe Linton, and there is actually somebody a little bit of drive to carry the ball and create space for others, and it might be Declan that has to do that. So, but they just got to call it right. We've got to get this right. I mean, I hadn't even really considered the fans there. You know, I mean, look, I wasn't able. We were there. We were out the front door. You know, we were ready to go today. And Great Western Railways, we couldn't get up today. So, yeah, if I couldn't get up from sort of 2.5 hours away, 2 hours away, then yeah, Newcastle. I hadn't really thought of that. That away end is going to be. There's no way it's going to be full.
Hammer 1999 with a couple of puns there. Bowen needs a target. The left back and Ben Lama should be able to craft chances out.
Oh, I like that one.
Double pun. Steve says Moyes doing the same thing again and expecting different results. Wood will likely have a field day on the back post against the fullbacks. Antonio will be isolated and useless. This looks like a 3-0 loss. Crikey, Steve, go back to bed and get out the other side, mate.
Yeah, I'd listen. I hope you know. I hope not. Let's be fair. I don't think Chris Woods is as good as he's. You know, he's got a Lukaku factor against us. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think we're looking at a world beater here. Newcastle paid 22 million for him.
I know, but I'm going to defend Steve here. And Wood does always play well with us, and he does go stand next to the fullbacks, and
he does.
And I think what Moyes has done, actually, I never really considered it until about that comment. Playing Fredericks at right back, it now means we can stand at either back post and be up against a weak player in the area. At least Sufal would have held his own to some extent there. And I think Ben Johnson would have. Not so sure about Fredericks in the air against Chris Wood. And like I said, I can remember 2 goals in my head Chris Wood has scored against us where he's just gone and stood next to Alan Creswell and said, swing the ball in, I will batter this guy in the air, and he does. The middle bit, I think Steve's right, which is Wood will have a field day against the fullbacks and Antonio will be isolated. I agree with that part. I don't agree with the 3-0 loss, but I can see where he's coming from. Hammer Down Under says, these are games we have to win if we hope for any sort of European football next year. I think
it's the 60 points, Geo. It's the 60 points. I mean, I don't really care how we get them. You know, we got a point last week. Okay, that's fine, but 3 would have been nice. We've got to follow that up with 3 now and take us to 44 points. You know, you can't get there. You know, increment. It takes you a long time if you're going to do it in single points, and there ain't enough games left. So 60 points are key. You know, we give ourselves 60 points. We put ourselves right in the mix. Not for Champions League, I don't think this season, but there, you know, for 5th, certainly. So we've got to get there, and it's we can't let these games pass us by because there's only so many opportunities to win. I looked because funny, I was looking at the Sun was disappointed he couldn't go today. So let's have a look at where we can go next. And actually, when I was looking through the games, they're all tricky. It looks like we settled on Aston Villa, as you know, but Wolves looks tricky and Aston Villa looks tricky, and Liverpool are coming up. There's not loads of games where you think, we're definitely going to get 3 points. So this is a really important one.
Well, you know my thoughts. I did my supercomputer video the other day, just banged in all the predictions, went to hit calculate, expected us to be 6th or 7th, and we were like 9th. I thought, what the hell? Hang on a minute, what? Then when I did the whole points per game stuff and any method I used, had us sitting 7th, 8th in the league. And I thought, this isn't good. And I know you say 60 points, but last season that was not even good enough for 7th. You needed 62 points last season to get 7th in the Premier League. So that's got to be the target. 7th has to be the target, which is still a place below where we are now, but I think that would be okay. Then you've just got to rely on cups going our way. So I completely agree with Hammer Down Under's comment there. Steve, Stephen Summerfield says he's new to the chat but loves the channel. He thinks 2-1. Welcome, Steve.
Welcome.
Stephen.
Welcome, sir.
And Clayton says Benrahma isn't good enough to start, just not consistent enough over 90 minutes.
It's no option. Can't play Vlasic there. It's just no option, Clayton, I don't think, mate.
Danny says their team looks like our bench. It doesn't matter.
It does. Yeah. It's us laughing. I tell you what. Thank goodness you made this subscribers. Oh, crikey, we'll be we'll get some stick if we lose this. I haven't slaughtered their team.
So Moyes has got tactically outclassed in his last 4 games. Leeds, Man United, Watford in first half against Leicester. Thank you to Stephen for the 1,000 yen. He says, absolutely enjoy the content. I must follow. Thank you, Stephen.
Thanks, Stephen.
Appreciate you. There was another one. I missed it, but I found it. The new movement popped the pound in. You've probably put up a sticker or something, but we can't see them on the software we're using.
No.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Iron Shaft says, I've got to be the massive West Ham today. Chris says that team news for West Ham, Newcastle's fallen in their favour, but we need players to stand up to be counted. We can't rely on Bowen's red hot form forever.
Totally agree, Chris. Totally agree.
James says, he says, Benrahma take on more players in 10 minutes against Leicester than he has in months. He can clearly do it. So is he told not to, or is it a confidence thing?
Might be both, James. I think confidence.
Super sub thing.
I think it's a confidence thing, plays a part, but a lot of people offer that as every excuse for Benrahma. I don't think I think at some point you have to take charge for yourself and say, actually, I'm going to do some of this. Yes, give me a cuddle and put an arm around me, but I also need to do something else. But I also do think some of it is instruction. I do wonder if he is told to cut that out, and because his instruction is told to sit deeper, he's not in the most hurtful of places all the time.
What I will say about Benrahma, when I played football back in the days,
there we go.
I remember there was a guy that used to always be sub, but he always came on. He was guaranteed. He was always the first sub that was made as well. And I remember he used to complain about not playing. I remember one day the manager just said to him, it's because you're really good at reading the game, but unfortunately you're only really good at reading the game from the bench. He says you need to watch the game for about an hour, so when you come on, you know what to do, you know what your opponent's like. He said you're really good at it. So the problem is when I start you're crap at reading it. He says you can't adjust whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying that's Benrahma, but there is some people that's unfortunately just better at coming off the bench.
I don't believe him. I think what a load of old rubbish. I think that is a brilliant thing to say. Just to say, I need you there. I need you there to analyse the game, my friend, rather than say, look, you're just not as good as the 11 that are on the pitch.
Anyway, John says absolutely nothing but a win today. They're massively weakened by the loss of saint-maximin and Trippier coming out.
Absolutely, Dom.
Stephen Suchek and Soufal are playing poor because they want more money due to Zuma being highest earner. Stevens has said nothing for however long he's been a subscriber, and here he is banging out.
Well, Soufal can't have any more money because since he got his last pay increase, it's been crap. So Soufal ain't getting any, basically.
Belcar says, not expecting much from this game, but if we win, that's 6 points we did not have last season. Very good point. We did lose this fixture last season. We did lose that. When I was comparing them, I always... I'm never great with perception of time to some extent. When I was doing it, I thought, did we actually lose to Newcastle? I just assumed we'd beat them at home last season. Then we beat Wolves 4-0 last season at home. I thought, was that last season? It feels like 2 or 3 years ago that we beat them 4-0. But Jesus, never mind.
Yeah, I don't think the stop-start seasons and the COVID season helped. I think it's sort of blurred a lot of the time, hasn't it?
Spencer says, why are we playing Suchek when he's out of form? He is a bit of a lucky boy, isn't he?
Well, there's no other option there, basically. That's why he's lucky. If you believe that we were looking for a midfielder and we had bought a midfielder, let's say we did go and spend 25-30 million pounds on midfielder in January, you'd have to assume Suchek wouldn't be playing. I think when the option is Noble or what's his name, Krau, then I think Suchek just plays by default. It's a bit of an Antonio situation there, really, which is he plays because there's no one there putting real pressure on him. And even the one option which you might have had, which is drop Lanzini deep, and Lanzini's not even available today. So I think Suchek just plays. But no, you're right. You're right, Spencer. He's not in form.
Hey, Plum says, following the great under-23s video, it'd be nice to get in a position to see Chester's get on the pitch today. We shouldn't have to get in a position, though. He should just be an option. Do you know what I mean? He should just be seen as an option to bring on. He's naturally a right winger. If Bowen's injured for whatever, we know he'd be Yarmolenko, but he should just be the option. But all right, well, we'll get Chesters in, but it won't be because we'll go with him because he's got more experience. It grates me a little bit anyway. Sonny Vera says, love waking up with you gentlemen for the early game.
We've never done anything of the sort. That's rather saucy.
Must be a good pitch, Vin.
Yeah, that's the ultra addicts.
The secret one. Kaylee says that we need to play football today because we're not against the best team. I think we will win 3-1. Wood will score like normal. James says you can't logically argue that Ben Rama's consistency means he shouldn't start and then argue for Fornals and Lanzini. They're all as inconsistent as each other. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, we said that. James, who said logic's got anything to do with it? Look, for me, in fact, I don't argue that Fornals should start. Lanzini is I wouldn't compare Lanzini to Ben Rama. Lanzini, I'm telling you now, and this is what I honestly think about it. I think if you could take a player out of Man City, put Lanzini in there, no difference. Yeah, I do. I honestly believe that. And there's a few teams. I think you take a player out of Chelsea, put Lanzini in there, no difference. I think he fits in there. I think you take whatever. I don't know, whoever Marnie out of Liverpool, put Ben Rama in there. I think you see a difference. Do the same thing with Ben Rama at Man City. I think you see a difference. I think Lanzini is a higher quality player than Ben Rama.
What happens if you take Ruben Diaz out and put Lanzini in?
Well, no, but it's different. You'd have to. That's the wrong one, isn't it? You'd have to do Rice, wouldn't you? But
anyway, do you want some good news?
I thought we had good news.
Stephen's smiling now.
Hey, he's only just joined. He's been here. He was miserable when I'm only joking, Stephen, and now he's delighted.
I hope he's a way to download that fancy football app. Just say thank you for making me smile. Fornals, Lanzini, and Ben Rama all seem to do better off the bench. A bit worrying, really. That sounds like they're inconsistent, James. I'm Jonathan says, big convincing 3 points is an absolute must here. Moyes hasn't changed anything. He's just expecting the boys to perform again like it's November. I mean,
November again. It's a great Guns N' Roses track.
I was about to say, what's that? Green Day's latest single. Now September's ended. It's November again. Phil McDonald says, got to start playing on the front foot again. Too many back passes and lumping the ball forward. Well, that's Dawsonitis, unfortunately. We need to see those Fornals incisive through balls to Antonio. Well, Antonio's complaining he's only had about 10 shots in 12 games.
That's all right. He's got a celebration for each one of those shots.
The problem is you haven't scored any of the 10. Do you know if he'd scored 4 and he'd only had 10 shots and you were saying, well, I'd say, well, yeah, you probably do need more shots. You're converting them. But the fact is you've had 10. You've just off the top of my head in the last 12 games, can't even remember you coming close to scoring. So those 10 shots haven't been that good. So I'm not surprised no one's passing to you at the moment. Where's Jared? Let's find him. He's scoring. There we go. Bang. There you go. Jordan, let me just read both benches out very quickly. I haven't got them on the thing because Charlie normally does it, and he's better at it than I am.
We're going au naturel, Joan.
Yeah, the bench is we've got Ariola on the bench, along with Elise, Vlasic, Chesters, Ben Johnson, Andre Yarmolenko, Martin Noble, Alex Kyle, and Issa Diop. That is the West Ham bench. So there you go, Willie. You got the bench as well. I'm not reading out the Newcastle one, but basically it's a bit better than ours. A bit more Premier League experience. Kaylee's saying, what's your thoughts on Frederick starting over Johnson? He likes how Johnson plays. I mean, he'd play football. We're not too keen on it. We'll carry on, but we're not too keen either. We're a bit like yourself, to be honest with you.
Could have a good game today, though. I mean, yeah, neither of our choice.
I think you like the Guns N' Roses one.
All right, so thank you, Stephen.
Right, let's have a little look here. Hardy said, I know Mickey's on bad form. I do fancy him today. Don't know why, though. The thing is, I sort of do as well. And I also don't know why. I think it's almost law of averages. It's like, he's going to have to score eventually, isn't he?
Well, yes, hopefully.
Well, he's got to.
Hopefully. Otherwise, Mark Noble might get a couple of penalties and overtake him. So, yeah, eventually, hopefully he will. That's not great, is it, to say
he's
that?
Got to.
Eventually, he may well score. I would agree. No, I don't just mean score. He's going to have to come back into form. I don't really care if he scores. I just want to see him at the point where he's laying on assists. And I understand why Newcastle brought in Dan Burn. I really do. But again, you're not dealing with one of the Premier League's elite defenders here. That being said, some of the Premier League's defenders who are not elite have been bullying and dealing with Antonio recently. More often than I would like. They've been dealing with it. So I do think we're going to get to a point where he starts to dominate again. And at that point, hopefully, he will score.
If your mood is burning, try some antibiotics.
Absolutely.
Need to get down to the clinic, I think, if your mood's burning.
You do.
Minecraft says, I think we'll be either the same as the Kidderminster game in how poor we are, or we will smash in 5.
I'll take that. I'll take the Kidderminster game. Goal at the end of each half of the win.
Well, we didn't win. At 90 minutes, it was 1-1.
Oh, fair enough. No need to get funny.
What's wrong with Sufal? We don't know. We're assuming he's injured. Remember, there are still... I don't know what the rules are these days, but there's still players and staff with COVID. I assume they still have to isolate, do they?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely you do. Yeah.
So I only know because I have Sky Sports News on every morning when I'm having my breakfast, and now and again they don't really focus on it anymore, but it's on that bar, and it came up like on Thursday saying it was like 42
you got 2 here. You got that, and you got that, which are
one of them's wrong.
Well, all right, but they're quite close to one another. It's not like one of them's the hernia and one of them's the eye socket. You know, he's got a problem in that sort of region. The bump. No, actually, I'm not going to say that at all.
Well, there you go. Antonio should have a good bloody celebration. I know you did the video saying he's got one prepared or whatever. Well, let's bloody see it. But anyway, right, time in the live chat now. Oh, there you go. Ryan's saying that he's. Mr. Herner. Ryan, thank you very much. I've seen that you joined Patreon this morning, and we get a notification every time someone joins. Thank you very much for your support, Ryan. Massively appreciate it. We'll have the player ratings tomorrow at some point. That'll be your first pitching video since signing up to the old.
Actually, I think you can retrospectively possibly go back and watch the breakfast one today.
He can go back and watch anything he wants.
All of them. He's got millions of videos.
There's quite a bit now. Right, live chat. Get your score predictions in, please. Get them into the live chat. Let's see what you're all saying. I'm feeling good. I think everybody's reasonably positive. Steve N was not very positive, but apart from him, I think everybody else was quite positive. So let's get your score predictions and see what you're saying. Gonzo, what are you thinking? I think you said 2-0 in the preview.
Yeah, I'm going to amend that. By the way, that's gone because now I've seen the team, the problems with the Newcastle helicopter or whatever it is, and all that sort of stuff. The yacht, they couldn't row the yacht down. So I'm thinking 3-0 is what I'm thinking today. I've got to be honest. I'm thinking 3-0. I'm thinking a serious performance from some serious players. I'm feeling Souček and Antonio getting back to a bit of form today with a goal from one of those two, certainly.
Wait, you think Souček and Antonio will score?
No, one of those will score, but I think they'll both play well. Although I think possibly Souček scores and Antonio plays really well.
I was about to say, hang on a minute. Okay. I did think you were a patron, Ryan. I thought you'd cancel. I didn't want to mention it though. It doesn't sound very good if you've cancelled and decided to come back. But anyway, there you go. Thank you very much.
Well
Ryan.
done. Well done.
I was just thinking, you're sitting there saying Souček's going to score, but when we've done the bet, you put Fornals in. What's going on?
I've just said 3. I've got 3, haven't I? No, I didn't want to pick someone obvious, and I felt that Souček was a bit obvious.
He's not obvious. Only 2 obvious ones. There's Bowen and Antonio.
Well, you tell me off. You always say, you always pick Dawson or Souček to score. You tell me off. I can't do right here.
Yeah. Yes, I'll have that. I need 5 league goals from Ben Rama between now and the end of the season for £200. So if you'd mind,
I need to do a crazy bet. I haven't done my crazy Saturday bet yet. I might buy 25 pence to win £1 million quid.
Not everybody, no links. I'm just saying this as a gambler. A lot of people got a free £5 bet on Bet365 this weekend to use in the Premier League. So if you've got a Bet365 account, it's probably worth logging in. And then if you click on the top right, there's a little like silhouette. If you click that and then click messages, it'll tell you if you've got a free bet, and all you have to do is go into a game, put your bet together, and it'll just pop up saying, "Do you want to use the free bet?" So
even an accumulator bet?
No. If you do, you mean a bet builder or like your stupid
Bet builder?
thing?
Yes.
Bet builder, yes. Accumulator, no. So if you go on
It's
now and have a little look. No, accumulator could be like West Ham to win, then Everton to beat Southampton later, kind of thing. That's like an accumulator. But bet builders, what we do, which is going to score West Ham win, 5 corners, someone to get booked, bosh, bet builder. So if you can use your free £5 bet on that.
I'm gonna have a go.
Yeah. There you go. You've got a free bet. If you've got a bet 365 account, even if you've got no money in it, it's worth logging in. You might have a free bet. You might have a free £5 bet for Ascot as Ascot today as well. So there you go. Use your free bets, guys. I think Hardy wants a clean sheet.
He's not mucking around. He definitely wants a clean sheet.
I want to get Hardy in the changing room just before kickoff, just to relay that information with that tone as well, with that angry tone.
Angry tone. Unfortunately, I won't meet up. I was going to meet up with Angry Tone today for the game, but we didn't manage to get up there. So,
with that swearing and that, what's that, like 6-7 exclamation marks? That is definitely an angry tone. That's an aggressive. That scares you. It scares you. That does. Gonzo, you've got 30 seconds, and I'm going to interrupt you. Go.
Okay, we do all of these videos on YouTube. They're all free and they'll go up, but we also do additional content, which is behind a paywall. There you go. The reason we do that is this is our job, so we produce additional content, which allows people to basically donate money each month on a subscription. You help us do this as a job, and then what you also get is additional content. So we do a load of videos as well as these ones that we do publicly, and you get discounts.
And links in the description below. Thank you very much. There you go. That's your 30 seconds. Links in the description below.
I was about 18 seconds or something.
No, it was 30 seconds.
Was it?
No, honestly, Paul, I don't do West Ham games really because we're not that dirty a team, and then not many of our players get fouled that often, to be honest with you. The referee's okay. We've got Chris Kavanagh today. He's all right for bookings. If you do want to do bookings in the West Ham game, the ref's all right for it. I would avoid the Arsenal game. That's where John Moss says I wouldn't bother doing anything in that in terms of bookings. Anthony's 1-1. Clayton says Dawson red card, 3-1 loss. Never right, so hopefully we'll win 2-1.
I'll take 2-1, Clayton. Got to be honest with you. Sorry, Sketch says give Angry Tony my regards. Somebody else, Alan, asked as well. The trains we were going, myself, Jakey, Nick, Grace, we were all going today. Great Western Railways, no trains, done. So we couldn't get up there. I reckon we might have done it for like a 5 o'clock kickoff. We might have got up there 12:30. We couldn't go. Gutted.
Ryan says we should do a video with the originals. Mike, Tony, we used to love the drunk Gonzo giving interviews. I'll tell you what though,
drunk. Absolutely. I'd love to. Funny, I was thinking about Mike this morning, actually.
We've got the Europa League game. Myself and Gonzo are attending that one. So it'll be the first time we're at the game together this season. So you might get a drunk Geo and Gonzo doing a review. Well, I don't know. The boats aren't open after the game. I'll have to do something.
Still get drunk.
You'll get drunk something. We do like a little match day vlog type thing. So the patrons get a drunk Geo Gonzo over in the match day vlog.
Definitely.
The blown up cat. So,
he didn't blow it up. He didn't do that. He didn't.
They inflated them.
He definitely would have got a ban if he'd have done that.
They inflated them basically.
Oh.
So. Crikey, Stephen's a really old subscriber to the channel. There's not many people know we've got an interview with Mikel Antonio on the channel.
No, he said, I would love to see you guys interview Antonio. He's not saying he knows we've got one.
Oh, I just assumed again.
Yeah, we have interviewed Antonio twice, in fact.
It's because underneath that it said again, so it's sort of like you might not have it, Xavier.
Yeah, we've interviewed Antonio twice. Lucky old Antonio. I'd say one of them was a little bit awkward because Charlie was not with us yet. Charlie used to be quite critical of Antonio, sort of publicly and on the videos. And then we found ourselves, myself and Charlie, with Antonio to interview him, and turned around to Charlie, sort of awkward.
Luckily, he clearly doesn't watch videos, or I think he just
He
told
doesn't.
Charlie.
He honestly. I've met Antonio 3 times. On the third time, he said, "I know you from somewhere, don't I?" And I said, "Yeah, well, no, not really." I said, "We've done interviews before." He said, "Have we?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What, you work for a newspaper?" I said, "No, not really." He hasn't got a clue. He sort of semi-recognised my face, and that was it. Nice guy, though. Very, very, very nice guy, Antonio, by the way.
Ray does not like early kickoff, so start fast. Ralph says get Ben Johnson on Hammer's chat. That would be interesting.
Would, wouldn't it?
Why? Why would it be interesting?
He's been at West Ham since he was 7.
Yeah, but why is there laughing emojis? I'd understand if he said get Yarmolenko on. That'd be interesting. I mean, yeah.
Okay, I couldn't see the laugh. Basically, my camera sort of blocks off a little bit. I didn't see. That's why earlier on the explanation marks, I couldn't see them. So when you see me do that, I'm looking behind the camera.
What I will say, regarding the under 23s video that's on Patreon, I don't do it. It's not me that does it. It's there's an account called Rising Hammers, so we collaborate with them. Rising Hammers do all the hard work. He goes and gets all the clips for the under 23s players, puts them all together, and he sends it to me, and I just stick it up on Patreon. And I do the written piece, but he does all the hard work. He spends ages going through the footage. He watches every under 23s game, all the highlights. He's proper into it. He's a young lad. I hope eventually he does YouTube stuff, because I think he's a really nice guy. Would do really well with his videos. His channel's really good. But yeah, we just said to him, would you mind contributing some videos to Hammer's Chat Patreon and stuff? And I'll be honest with you, I said, we'll give you a bit of money for your time. He said, I don't want any money. I'll just enjoy doing this kind of thing. So we'll get him a little prize, a little present at the end of the season, and that's it. Thank you. But yeah, he'd done it. So we've done, the first one was Armstrong Local Flex, and the one we've done this week was House and Ashby. So they've gone up on the Patreon. So it's just a bit of like clips and highlights, a bit about the players and stuff like that. I quite like it. There you go. Yeah, Hammer Down Under. Rising Hammers is excellent. It is a really good channel.
It is an excellent channel. An excellent channel.
So we collaborated with him a little bit and
poached him.
Yeah, basically. Ryan says that we're in for a good game. Creswell's hair looks on point in the rain today. He's always only been playing below par when his hair gets messy.
He mixes. I think he uses like a little bit of Brill cream with cement, and he just a little bit of powdered cement in there, and then it's wonderful. Even when there was no hairdressers, he had immaculate hair. No, Mark Noble doesn't. He's not a fan of YouTube.
It's peeing down. Yeah. I know a little story about Mark Noble. There was a YouTuber who is a West Ham fan, went to do something at the club, and he basically asked Mark Noble if he wanted to be in his video. Mark Noble said something. It was basically no, but it was, you might as well have told the guy.
A rude version of no.
Yeah, it was a very rude version. It was comedy. It wasn't harsh or anything like that.
No.
It was in jest and stuff. But it was. I think Mark made it very clear he's not keen on the YouTube side of things. It wasn't a West Ham fan channel or that, so it's not quite this content. But it was a West Ham fan doing something for YouTube, and he basically said, "Nah, you're all right."
I'd rather do something less pleasant than that than do what you're asking me to do, is what he said.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Jack, mate. Just to be clear, it wasn't Jack, mate. Anyway, Charlie survived. You good, Charlie?
Yeah, I didn't actually mean to click in there. I clicked turn on camera and it lobbed me in. So I apologize for that. I didn't mean to interrupt you saying stuff. Hello, how are you? Are you good?
Well, I was in the middle of saying something, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm a bit offended now.
You weren't. Geo was.
Fair enough.
I heard what I interrupted, sir, and I knew it was not you.
Calm down. Calm down. Bit tetchy. Overworking yourself, are you, Charlie?
Riled up. I got all excited with Big Jet TV yesterday. I've come in hot. Do you know what I mean?
We were just discussing how you went to the training ground to do something with Mark Noble, and he told you to go do something.
Nah, it wasn't that. It's fine with me. Me and Noble, mate. Like that. We're good. Real calm.
I hope he was tuning into Jet TV. Jet TV was incredible footage yesterday. Charlie sent it to me first thing in the morning. I was fixated for a good half hour.
Gonzo, please tell me you watched it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jerry was stood outside Heathrow recording. Philip was live streaming all the planes trying to land, and it was fantastic.
Who was?
A guy called Jerry.
TV, mate.
Jet TV.
Jerry. There was
All
a
the planes coming down,
Gonzo, honestly.
wobbling. Whoa,
I'll
is it gonna
send it to
make
you,
it?
Gonzo, because honestly,
Oh,
it's
yeah, please.
incredible. It was
Please do.
literally, he was just stood in a field by one of the runways at Heathrow. And as the planes are coming, he's like, let's see if the Russians can do it. And then as they're like wobbling in the wind, he's like,
He did.
oh.
He did
He
a-
probably
did
got
a
some
watch
views
along.
there. This geezer got some views.
220,000
yeah.
was
Good
when
for
I
him.
left.
Hope you had
220,000.
the advert switched on.
Oh, bro, he was getting members by the bucket load. It was like
Nice.
pow, pow, pow.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Good.
Everybody was
Good for
joining
him.
up. He was kind of the end, but it was fantastic viewing. It was just when my best bit was when a plane landed. He says, "Well executed, son." He was doing a watch along. The plane's landing in the wind at Heathrow. Oh, it was just it's
Fair
something that
play.
shouldn't be good, but it was.
Look
I'm
at that
sure,
rudder
yeah.
input. It was glorious. It was so good. People, BBC ringing him up for interviews and stuff halfway through. The Channel 4. Gio, were you there when the Channel 4 lady turned up? That was great.
No,
I can't remember if you were there at that point. Out of note, just in the distance, you just heard, Jerry, we're from Channel 4. Can we have an interview? And they just turned up to him in the flipping field. Just interviewed him in the middle of it. It was beautiful.
Super.
6.5.
You gotta love it. You gotta love. You know what I mean? You gotta love that type of stuff. I bet he is buzzing this morning, isn't he? And probably can't wait for his next storm.
I said to Charlie, "When's the next storm? I'm enjoying this."
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, don't go anywhere. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you and you want to join the live chat. You're going to need to subscribe. Myself and Gonzo are going to disappear in just a minute, but we'll be I'll be back at full time with the review. Gonzo's off down the pub, and Charlie's staying with you for the duration of the game. So don't go anywhere. And I'll join Charlie. I will be back at half time to catch up with you for half time.
Cool. See you later, not everyone, just you two. See you later, guys. Thank you for watching. And thank you, of course, to Stuart Morris Accountants. They have not been blown away in the wind. They're safe. They're good. And I tell you what, they do numbers like nobody else. So make sure to go and check them out if you need any accountancy stuff, personal business, whatever you need. Check them out. Stuart Morris Accountants. Thank you very much, Stuart Morris. And thank you, Danny, for coming. And thank you, everyone here. I hope you're all good. Hope you all enjoyed the aviation excitement yesterday. I did. I got very excited. Harry Parker, I will see if I can do it. I'll see if I can do it. But it was incredible. It was incredible. Now, something else that's incredible was the match today. West Ham versus Newcastle. It's a big deal. There's a lot going on. If the team news that I've seen, so I've been working, I don't know if the other two said, so I've not seen it properly. But if some of the team news I saw on the way in is what is accurate, then it might be more exciting than we thought it was. But what we're going to do is we're going to start as we always do on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible. How confident are you of a West Ham result today? And while you do that, let's have a look in the chat and then have a look at these teams so we can have a gander. Because I need to figure out exactly what's going on. Big Jet total views yesterday was over 5 million. Jerry was on Radio 4 this morning. I heard him on Radio on Radio 2 because the chat was going, "You're on Radio 2." He was giving an interview on there live, but the interview was just silence because he was watching the planes, and the woman going, Jerry, what's going on, Jerry? And he's like, "They're coming into land now." Jerry, yeah, no, they're coming in. It was beautiful. It was incredible. Good to see you, HDU. Good to see you, John. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. It's still better than you. Listen, I've got nothing. I said this to Gio yesterday. I've got nothing but respect for Big Jet TV. What a man. You look a bit windswept today. Yes. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Just stood in the street for like 5 minutes before just to get it going. I'm all right. Thank you very much, Celtic. Hope you're good. No, saint-maximin is massive. See, this is what I've seen. Good to see you, Mike. This is what I've seen. And it might be big. So before let's while we go through, let's just have a little let's have a look at these teams, shall we? Let's press the button. Let's hope it works per usual, because I haven't done anything. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, right. We'll fix it together. We'll fix it together. There we go. All right. Fabianski, Fredericks, Dawson, Zuma, Cresswell, Rice, Souček in a double pivot, Bowen, Benrahma, Fornals, Antonio. The bench being Areola, Elise, Diop, Johnson, Noble, Crowell, Chesters, Vlasic, Yarmolenko. So I guess the two obvious things to bring up here, as I'll go through from some of your scores while we're going, two obvious things to bring up here is the first one is no Lanzini. He is pardon me, he's not on the bench, which I guess denotes some sort of injury, something like that. It's the thing is with the Lanzini one, I think most people would prefer to see Lanzini. Obviously, I think most people are like big up the Lanzini boy, but realistically, I don't think he's guaranteed a starting berth. I think when you've got Ben Rama or Fornals, who are the two who you could drop in and out for Lanzini, I don't think he is guaranteed that. He's more likely to start, especially on current form. Although the last couple of games he's not been incredible, but especially on current form, you would suspect he would start. But that's not too shocking to me, right? It's shocking that he's not in the squad, and that sucks. I hope he's okay. What sort of work have you been doing for the Olympics? Ask me again in a bit if I forget, because I might forget, right? But I'm more than happy to talk about it. Fredericks is the more interesting one to me. Now, I would have dropped Kufal. I would. I don't think Kufal's been that good recently. And to be honest with you, my brain goes, do you know what? He's droppable. A little bit, he's droppable. He's not been good. Last season, you wouldn't dare drop him. You wouldn't dare drop him. But this season, he's not there. And to be honest with you, I've been impressed. Like, Johnson's been good when he started, and I've been impressed by Fredericks. I know that's maybe not something that's surprising to say. I'm very jealous, Woody. I don't think I will be. We'll see. But I highly doubt it at this stage. But we'll see. But if I am, I'll buy you a drink. But we'll see. I'm fine with Fredericks to some extent, you know? I can't lie to you. Like, he's been decent when he's played this season. He's fast, and he does something that none of our other fullbacks do. He provides a different type of attacking play. He gets to the byline, he pulls it back. He's not just going to pump in crosses like Kufal is. Johnson's not great going forward regardless. Let's go, Dan. Let's go. Mike's very confident as well. He'll get to the byline, and he'll pull it back. And that's something I'm really for. And it's something that can cause teams a lot of problem. We deal with it terribly all of the time. So in that sense, I'm actually okay with Frederick starting. I know there's the suggestion that it was because of Alan Saint-Maximin, who isn't starting today. But to be honest with you, I'm all right about it. I'm all right about it. What about one hippopotamus out of 10 flamingos? A cat amongst the pigeons, just out here causing issues. I love that. Love that. 7. West Ham Peach is here. My G. If you haven't subscribed to West Ham Random already, go do that. Go do that over there. Just have the hardest working person on West Ham YouTube. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says. Paz, thank you very much. At the game, listening to the stream, come you guys. Thank you very much for the donation, bro. That's incredibly appreciative. That's very kind of you. Hope you enjoy the game. Let us know how the stadium is. Is that how many people are there? Kind of stuff. I would like to know, because by the sounds of it, with Gonzo not being able to go, and I've heard other people say the same thing, it doesn't surprise me. I wish. Badly. I did go to the shops, and it was a bit of an issue. It was a little bit of an issue. It was bad. It was, I dealt with it, but it wasn't great. It wasn't great. I can't lie to you. But let's look at Newcastle's lineup. So when we're talking about the idea of would Fredericks work in it, they are starting with Dubravka. You've got Kraft, Shaw, Dan Burn, and Matt Targett in defence. It's pretty much as expected as I would have guessed. Of course, Kieran Trippier out injured. Big plus for us. John Joe Shelvey, Joe Willock, and Joe Linton in midfield, with Ryan Fraser on one side, Jacob Murphy on the other, and Chris Wood up front. As Pocky says here, good to see you, Sat. Another channel you should definitely subscribe to, Pocky Punk. It's something to definitely look into is Chris Wood. He's a big boy, and he causes us trouble most of the time we play against him. But the rest of that team, I mean, Trippier's obviously been brilliant for them since he's come in. He's not playing today. That's a huge bonus. The bench is Darlow, Lascelles, Dummett, Fernandez, De Boer, Almirant, Longstaff, Bruno G, and Dwight Gale. Bruno G as well, not getting a start. I'm not shocked about that one. He hasn't been starting yet, and what's his name? Eddie Howe seems to be in the process of slowly lowering him into the team somewhat. So that doesn't shock me, but at the same time, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm relatively confident. I can't lie. So now we've seen the teams. The teams are about to kick off. I'll let you know on my stream when it is. We have, of course, the timer on the top right-hand corner, how far behind I am, because I will be slightly far behind. If you are only here for the build-up, then, hey, everyone, make sure to subscribe, like the video, because we will have, of course, we will have, let me just type that in. We will have a live review after the game. Geo will be back, and he'll also be back at halftime as well, just to give me some cover while I probably go to toilet and stuff like that. So make sure to come back then. But if you're only here for the build up, subscribe, like the video, all of that good stuff. 300 is the goal. And we'll see if we can get there. We blitzed past it last time, which was absolute scenes. We completely and utterly blitzed past it. So can we do it again? I'm confident, because I've got a feeling today. Those of you who are left, though, for the rest of the game, thank you for staying, because I need you. I'm doing this by myself, so I proper need you here. We're at 163 likes. Let's see what we can get to, people. Score predictions right before it starts. Score predictions. Like I say, I will put this timer on just to let you know how far behind I am, because at some point it will happen. Can Wood get a hole in one? You know, I've never seen him play golf. I quite like Chris Wood. I can't lie to you. I know people don't like him. He's not a fashionable forward, but I do quite like him. Let me do a bit up. Yeah, I saw the comments about Ryan Fredericks and that being scaring you. I can't remember who it was who said it, but for me, honestly, it's not that it doesn't not scare me, but I feel like he's played all right, and I'll be willing to give him a shot. Right now, I would trust him more than Sufan. That's an insane thing to say, but it is true. And it is an insane thing to say. The Dawson to Scott's gate. I back it. The players have taken their knee. Here we go. Live at the London Stadium. We are underway. It's West Ham United versus Newcastle. Come on, you Irons. Deploy the boys. Let's go. Big plays incoming. I can feel it. Let's have a look at some of your score predictions. 1-1. I reckon 2-2. Kate reckons 2-1. Come on, Kate. Big plays. 3-1. 2-0. Kiss the Danny forehead for luck, mate. Come on, bud. There we go. Hopefully that works. If it does, we'll have to do it every time. And as we know on this stream, I will do it every single time. 4-1 to the Irons' Peach. 2-1, 2-1, 3-0. 3-1, 3-1, 3-0. There's a lot of confidence. I'm going to go with... I'll stick with my 2-1. I think that's the vibe I'm going to go with. But I can't act like I don't have a... There isn't some confidence in the back of my brain in kicking off, because there is. Not like unreal confidence, but the team, this is just set up for us. It really should work out for us. We'll see how it plays. How much chat merch? Just thought I'd show you. 2-0, 3-1. Roses are red. It's getting pretty dark. Good afternoon. Mark, let's go, Deckers. Get in there, bro. I'm telling you, I'm going. I'm getting some Greg's merch. It's happening. Well, we'll see. It might not happen, but I want it to happen. Is he limping? I haven't noticed this yet. But I've barely seen him, to be fair. We'll keep an eye on that. This may change at some point. We'll see, but it's just the one I could see. Of course, if you are looking for a way to watch today's game and you can't see it because you don't have BT Sport, that it's on, or, you're just elsewhere, or you just, other reasons, then there are places you can find it. If you scroll down into the comments section below, into the description below, there's a bit called Join Our Discord. It's a completely free West Ham Hammers Chat community. Lovely place to go, lovely people. Fans of all clubs are welcome, but more importantly, on the left-hand side, there's a bit called Stream Links. You click on that and you will find what you're looking for. And I can tell you that for a fact, because I'm definitely watching it legally. Played into the box. All awkward by West Ham. Flipping heck. It was a bit close for comfort. The ball comes in from the free kick from Newcastle. It just bounces over everyone. Declan leaving. Literally everyone just leaving it. Declan at the far post tries to control it down instead of... Oh, he looks like he tries to clear it, but Joe Linton comes in behind him, just sneaks in, hits it first time. Bloody hell. Close. Just trying to sort that. It will have to do. That's where we're at as a stream today. We're not in a field. Another shot. My God, West Ham all over the shop right now. Joe Willock hitting it from range that time. Not excellently, to be fair, but blocks, and it goes out for yet another corner. West Ham are... I don't want to say riding our luck, because we're certainly getting the blocks. We're certainly that the Joe Linton one was a bit closer than that, but the second one, we're getting the blocks in. But I tell you what, a nervy start to this game. Newcastle with another corner. Ryan Fraser takes it from the right-hand side, plays it short. Looking for a 1-2 with perhaps Chris Wood. I think it's Chris Wood. Fraser. Back goes Target. Target's that big. Target's not small. I thought Target was smaller than that for some reason. He's a big guy, isn't he? As Lewis says, what a wonderful kind of day where you can learn to work and play and get along with each other. Because you've got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm on the street. You open up your eyes, you open up your ears, you get together and you make things better by working together, you know? It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Believe in yourself. It's the place to start. Any more for any more? I can keep going. I can keep going. Played in, headed away from the long throw in from Newcastle in that time. It's a foul throw. A rare foul throw in this day in the Premier League. You love to see him. Who else wanted to see Souček dropped and he's feeling his ceiling now? Well, I never wanted him dropped, to be fair, but I see people talking about stuff like that. I think it's all a big. Come on, I think it's all a big maybe overreaction, but I've seen it going around. 185 likes. You love to see it. You love to bloody see it. Again, we are on, bruv, we're hitting 300 today. I'm saying it now. We're hitting 300. Checking my messages. There we go. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I was getting work messages. That's fine. Spit them bars. Yes. Bro, Arthur. AARDVARK, you know? AARDVARK. Big pace. Bouncing around. Newcastle being the more aggressive of the two teams so far. Getting in and around the area a lot. Us, we've just sort of been existing. I think the commentator just said that might be the first time it's been in Newcastle's half and 5 minutes of the game. So that's fun, isn't it? That's fun. Let's do it, mate. Let's do it. We obviously had the compact, shortened show today because of work. So let's get it in there now. Anyone in the chat, let's talk about it. Sub Bingo is the game where we predict when David Moyes will make his first substitution. The minute in which it happens is what counts, rather than the player themselves. So feel free to just jump in there and let me know. I'm going to go 69 minutes as per usual, and I am vibing. I don't know what I'm vibing. Let me just pull up the team again. Let me just have a quick little look. I need to press that button so it can actually work. Now I pressed the right ones this time. Do you know what? I'm vibing Benrahma off, Vlasic on 69. I'll stick with 69 as per usual. Let me know what yours are in the chat. We'll get it involved. Oh, Adam's coming in big with a Final Fantasy 7 / Kingdom Hearts starting 11. Mate, this is huge. This is huge from Adam. Okay, right. Well, opening gambit, sir. No goalkeeper. Risky maneuvers from Adam. I respect it. Roxas right back, centre backs, Yuffie and Tifa. Big punches. Left back Riku. Centre mids, Zanart, Barrett, and Eric. Barrett, my boy. Erif. Sad times. Rip. Whipped into the back post. Hit. Deflects. Oh, Newcastle again getting in there. Left wing Saw, right wing Sephiroth. Up front Cloud has to be, obviously. Look at front three as well. Saw with his big toes. He's strong shots from range. Bench Donald, Goofy, Zank, Sid, Axel Rufus, and Red 13. I respect it. Donald and Goofy. Perfect combo. Think about it. Newcastle again getting yet another opportunity there. Ball comes in, hit from range. None of their shots have been particularly high quality. I mean, like the Joel Linton one was the one. But realistically, the rest of it wasn't too bad. Aren't too bad. There's lots of sort of half chances, but they're building up very quickly, and it's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. Try the top one. I can tell you works. 30 byte. I can tell you that one works, Mojo. I don't know if they've put in like fresh ones for today's game yet. I'm obviously not in the Discord because I'm working in this, but I could tell you the top one for 30 byte does definitely work, 100%. Shout out Ellie. Big plays, DT. Shout out Ellie. Whoever she is, wherever she's at, shout out. Big ups. Big ups. And if you want someone to shout out, I will happily do it. Yeah, we are letting them sort of just have at it. We're not at all. We're very much sitting deep. We're very much sitting back and just allowing it to happen right now. It's not good. Mikel Antonio's trying to do a little bit of pressing right now, but it's very Robert Snodgrass in it's him by himself running headlessly at the Newcastle players. A little bit of panic, but they've ended up just booting it long towards Chris Wood, who gives you that kind of escape. 20% possession so far for West Ham United in the opening 9.5 minutes of the game. Played over the top there, just booted clear. And this is the thing, when you have Chris Wood, you can just revert to booting it clear if you're under any sort of pressure. And there wasn't a lot of pressure there. He fouls Zuma going one-on-one with him for the header. And then Dawson comes in and completely clatters Ryan Fraser. Thankfully, it was after Ryan Fraser really... I like Ryan Fraser, I can't lie to you, but that was... He definitely gets hit, don't get me wrong, but he goes down and does a little flip on the floor. Bit pathetic, but then again, we have Yarmolenko in our team, so who can say? But still, thankfully, it was after our foul. 60 minutes, 67, 81st minute. Johnson replacing Souček as a bold play. 64th, 73rd, 63, 67. Lots of 60s. I feel it. Ben Rama getting forward now, trying to put the ball in. I tell you what, Thomas Souček getting into a good space there. Thomas Souček getting big into space. Antonio with a nod on. That's really good to Ben Rama. He has options. Lays it to Antonio. Hits it. It was just awkward. It was close though. It was close. Laid back now from Newcastle. Joe Linton back in the area, looking to try and clear it. He's got himself tangled up there. Jared Bowen recollects the ball, lays it short to Antonio. He's going to cross it in for the right-hand side. Dan Burn clears it. Souček was lurking, as was Ben Rama. It happens. It was an awkward shot from Mikel Antonio in the build-up there. If he left it, Thomas Souček was there. Might not have been able to get it, but he collects it and he just can't steady himself at all to take a shot, and it ends up just booting it right at the defender directly in front of him. But we do have a long throw taken in too quick for Bowen against the tallest man in the Premier League, Dan Burn. So not happening. Not happening, mate. Still, we move. On Declan Rice. Misses the tackle, but Kurt Zuma intercepts. Fouled against Zuma, but advantage played. Ben Rama now getting in and around the box again. Lays it short to Jared Bowen. Could have a shot. Could dink it. Tries to dink it. It's blocked by Target quite easily. All of a sudden, West Ham finding spaces. Putting the pressure on Newcastle. Craig Dawson. Big plays by Craig Dawson. Good tackle. Jared Bowen taken down. He bought that one. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a foul. It's one of those ones where it's a definite foul, but did he have to run into him? Probably not. Probably not. Still looking back at that claim for there was a claim for penalty in there, and I didn't agree with it. I'm looking at that replay, and I agree with myself the first time. Scenes. I was going to the game, but no trains. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about the trains, David. I'm fortunate of you, mate. Thank you for joining us instead. I appreciate it. But yeah, I do appreciate that. It has been a bit of a thing. Forgot to mention Don Corneo. Yes. Weird Donny is Don, but I respect it. Good to see you, 100 Smith. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. Get taxi. Okay. No, you're wrong, says Mark Smith. I respect it. Madman's here. Well, pick my nose and call me Penelope. How are you? I hope you're good. Hope you're all well. Yeah, hope you're good. And the wind hasn't affected you too much. Like Mary Poppins. Free kick for West Ham from the resulting free foul. Near the halfway line, right on the right-hand touchline. Jared Bowen whips it in, looking towards Zuma and Souček. Goes out for a goal kick. I think it did hit off Zuma. I think it did hit off Souček last. And it is going to be a goal kick. There was calls for a corner, but Played in. Zuma rises, as does Dan Burn. Misses everyone. Ooh, it does come off Kraft. I thought it hit off Suchek, but it did come off Kraft in the end. Should have been a corner. Not really that fast. Our corners have been terrible for a while, so fair enough. Carry on, lads. As you were. It is what it is. I'd get BT Sport for a month or two, especially with Europe, £25 a month for 2 people can watch them. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not. It's just too expensive. Like, the thing is, I do actually have it. I just haven't had time to figure it out today. But I do actually have the £25 a month thing. It's just too expensive, man. I can't be backing it. I can't be backing it. Especially when I don't watch it that much. Thankfully, WWE's on there at the moment, so that helps me personally. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Moyes will bring out our youngsters at halftime. Yes, I have been drinking. Yeah. No, you're going wild there, bro. You're going wild there. Not happening. Not happening. I don't know if it should have been a yellow. It was basic stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's too early for you to be giving yellow to that kind of stuff, in my opinion. If you're talking about the one where whoever it is backs into, I don't think it was. Who was it? I don't know who it was. Whoever on the left hand side backs into Bowen, I wouldn't have given that as a yellow either. Should have been corner though. That much is definitely true. Newcastle passing it around at the back now. West Ham getting back to sort of some semblance of pressing or existing in and around their defenders as they pass the ball around, and that's sort of all I want from them. I don't want to see some sort of mad gegenpress. I don't think we've got the facilities for that big man, as it were. But I do want to see us just getting in and around them, making it so we can just distribute their passing angles. And to be honest with you, they're not good enough to pass it around with that kind of pressure. Dan Burn is a fairly decent centre back when it comes to ball playing. Shah, he's fine. He's probably not up to it. And John Joe Shelby can hit long passes, but he's long past his best. And so with these sort of people in and around the team, I'm not too against just not going mad with the pressing, just allowing them to just pass it around sort of lifelessly at the back. Listlessly is what I meant to say, lifelessly at the back. And then allowing them to do those big boots up the pitch. That's what they've just done there. They've gone for a huge punt up the field, looking for Chris Wood. And again, that does give them that sort of out ball, but they've won a throw in deep in our half from it. But we should be able to deal with that a little bit better. But I'm okay with that. We don't need this headless Robert Snodgrass-esque pressing, you know? Booted away big, and Shah just pulls down Antonio under some influence from Antonio. Let's say was backing into him like there was no tomorrow. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. Good to see you, Kiri. I hope you're well. I don't mind the ref playing advantage of keeping cards in pocket. I know I'm probably a boomer, but game's gone soft in it. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I back that, you know. I back that sort of vibe. Just sort of, you know, a bit of, not relaxing. Relax is probably not a word, but I'm okay with, like, not going straight to pocket, especially for something like that, which was, like, for me, just not a foul. Like, it was a foul, but it was one of those ones where Bowen could have probably just got away from it if he tried to. He chose not to. He chose to go into him in a lot of ways. And I'm like, is that a yellow? I don't know. For me, personally, no. Oh. So how are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're good. I haven't forgotten. Don't worry. I just haven't had the time to set up 2FA yet. Big hit from Joe Linton from range. I promise I will DM you the second I've done it. I'm planning to do it today. I just didn't get around to it yesterday. I'm not going to lie, because I fell asleep. I had to do some work and wash up and cook and all that nonsense. So yeah, I promise I will do it today, and I will DM you. Don't worry. It's because I'm going to bed early, Ben. It's a problem. I'm going to bed at like 11, 12. It's bad. Either everyone presses or no one presses. Or no one presses, no point in. Yes. 100% Reese. That's exactly how I feel about it. I feel like you can go... Like Robert Snodgrass, right? Again, this is the one I always bring up because he did press, and he pressed like a headless chicken. My definitely legal way of watching it is crashed. So give me a second. He did press, but he did it by himself. He just ran completely head first, headlong into every single opportunity he could, and that was fine, and that's fun, and that's what fans want to see in a lot of ways. But realistically, not really doing anything with that. You're just wasting your time, your own energy, everything like that. So for me, you have to do it wisely as a unit. And that's something I like. That's something we were really good at the beginning of the season. We've got a little bit worse at it as time gone on. We've stopped doing it as much, and I think that's partly why we've been so we've been less than effective in that sense. Is we have stopped doing it as a unit, as a team. We're getting a bit better at it today, from what I've seen. I can't see right now. Oh, the problem I'm having a password is just an issue. And when you type it in, when you type enter in onto the BT website, it flipping backs you straight back out. Yes, a problem. That one felt good. That one was good. We're in. There we go. Yeah, so it is what it is. Hit the bar, mate. Hopefully this is behind enough to where I see that. That'd be great. Right. Let's see where we're at. Okay, we're a little bit ahead. We're about to take a corner, ladies and gentlemen. This is now inaccurate, so I'll change this. In. Ooh. Corner from Cresswell wasn't bad, to be fair, but no one getting their head on it. No one getting their head on it. We're back up to speed, people. We're back up to speed. We're about 40 seconds ahead. Let's go. Fredericks does pick up the first yellow card of the game. Picks up the first yellow card of the game. Joe Willett coming forward in Fredericks with what can only be described as Phil Jones-esque defending there. He comes flying in and just bonks him like a cruise missile. Just problems. But, you know, we move. Yes, I did. Hopefully they reshow it, but I did miss that. I heard the word bar. Zuba with a head down. Joe Linton lofts it back in. It's not bad from Newcastle. It's back in again. Nodded away from Thomas Souček. Hooked away. We're getting a bit of head tennis here. It lays down to Ryan Fredericks calmly, who then just punts it forward. Pablo Fornal was trying desperately to get on the end of it, but West Ham do in the end win a throw in deep inside West Ham's half. But not just a bit of head tennis there. Newcastle getting numbers forward. A better team would have put us to the sword a little bit by now. Maybe not put us to the sword, but we would have scored by now. Thankfully, Newcastle are and to be fair, actually, we're defending the chances okay. We're allowing them to have chances in dangerous areas, but we're getting a lot of people in the way of them, which is probably part of the tactics. Oh, nice play through from Said Benrahma. Mikel Antonio in the box decides, instead of passing it back, to go for goal. And as you can tell by my tone of voice, he was wrong. Anyway, they're getting into positions, and we're sort of allowing them to do it. Lovely pass through from Benrahma. Bowen lays it short. Antonio steaming through, and again, just waste, complete and utter waste. But we'll see how it plays out. Better. The second 10 minutes has been better than the first 10 minutes. Let's put it that way. And yes, please, just none of it. It's so stupid. I don't know why we do it. It's just pointless. Yes, they are, Kiri. I haven't seen that video yet. I meant to watch it yesterday. I think it got uploaded yesterday. I meant to watch it yesterday while I was working, but I got distracted by planes. But I'm going to watch it today. But yeah, they are a bit wild. And it makes no sense. But it's the stupidest thing in the world. But there you go. Old men make old men decisions, don't they? Oh, Todd, good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Yeah, I'm all right. I had a brief moment of storm fun when I went outside, but apart from that, it's all good. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, West Ham. Chris Wood battling there with Kurt Zuma, manages to have the ball in a Mikel Antonio-esque area by the corner flag, tries to just hook it back towards goal, just to put it into the mixer, putting it into the position. It's a great cross, to be fair, into the 6-yard box, into the corridor of uncertainty, as it were, and Ryan Fredericks just headering it back across into sort of the space of Dawson and that. It's just all a bit all over the shop there from West Ham. And when I say a bit, I mean very. Dawson just trying to make Chris Wood laugh there. Bit of banter between the boys. You're fine with it. Throw in for Newcastle. Right-hand side, relatively near corner flag. Emil Kraft to take it. Willock's near him. Frazier's near him there. They try to make some movements. Willock there to collect the ball, tries to flick it onwards. It's not very well, but they managed to keep possession, Newcastle. I think Newcastle are playing Champions League football. Are we losing at the moment? Well, Moyes to be blamed for playing a out of form player without rest. Well. I do, James. I've been saying it for a long time. I've been saying it since the beginning of the season. I think it's them swapping roles, and also the swapping of the formation of the team doesn't help as well. You know, headering, not heading. Listen, look, HDU. I talk. Okay, the words happen, and however they form, they form. We just hope for the best. Jeff, good to see you, sir. Hope you're well. I've been up a long time, mate. I woke up at 5:30 to start work today, so 5:30 to 12, working at the Olympics. Finished that. Got a drink. Sat down. You know. Hello, Mark Smith. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. So it is what it is. I'm very tired. Listen, I respect it, Kiri. I respect it. I feel it. I vibe it. You know, just big meaty men playing football. You know what I mean? Just playing some big old association football. Haley, good to see you. I hope you're well. 50-50. We're looking better now, but Newcastle are getting chance after chance. Another shot from Ranger. Newcastle are getting a lot of chances. Our defending... We're not preventing chances. We're getting them... the chances they're getting aren't great, but we're not preventing them from getting chances at all. Going forward, we've not been clinical enough. We hit the bar. I missed that because my thing glitched, so I missed that. But yeah, I 50-50. How does everyone else feel? How do we all feel? How are we playing? How are we playing? Let Haley know. How long has Antonio been allergic to any constructive contribution to the team? About 3 months at this point, I think it is. Maybe a bit longer. Since just before the Leeds game where he scored away. That was just before then, because I remember talking in that game about how he hasn't been good enough yet. He hasn't been good enough. So since just before then, in my opinion. 212 likes, ladies and gentlemen. We are flying. Those numbers are flying up today. They are flying up. Willock lays it short. Once more to Jacob Murphy. Digs it off the target. He tries to play it in. And it's going to be a goal kick. It looks like it would have been a corner, but it's going to be a goal kick. Willock does really well there. He hasn't been in great form since signing permanently for Newcastle, but he's doing decent there. Laid it short to Jacob Murphy, who a couple of step overs, got 3 West Ham players on top of him. Target plays it in. Nothing to be said. Doing one thing behind the scenes in the background to make this all even. Someone's donating yen out here. Scenes. I realized I haven't got the donations on screen, so I'm just fixing that now. And someone donated 1,000 yen during the build-up. You love to see it. You love to see it. At least I do. And Rama offside there. It looked like he was getting into a decent position, but just offside. Oh, that should now work. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Got to say that Dawson looks pretty secure so far. Yeah, I reckon he has been. Yeah, he's looking decent. He's looking decent, looking strong. Some good tackles, some good interceptions. Big boy, doing big bits. Love it, love it. Fancy Benny getting a goal today and Bowen late goal. I tell you what, Ben Rama's looking lively as well. He's getting involved in play a lot. He's, again, one of the driving forces so far. Doing sort of, whenever he collects the ball, he seems very happy to just pick up and run with it. He's playing central out of the 3. Him and Fornals are changing every so often, but it is... He is looking central out of the 3, and he's looking very involved, and I'm very happy with that because he's the sort of guy who can break down a team basically single-handedly. Declan Rice playing a little bit of a dangerous ball back to Fabianski, who ends up just pumping it long. Dan Burn headering about forward. Dawson collects it. Fornals. Rice out to Cresswell on the left-hand side. West Ham just trying to build up through the lines here. Mikel Antonio full stretch. The poor pass from Cresswell. They're playing very effectively. Our midfield can't seem to pass two strings together. That's what was written, Charlie. Yep. Yeah, no, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. It's a problem. Rice and Souček look absolutely gassed. Newcastle midfielder running past them with ease. Rice looking a bit weary. Yeah, it's not. Rice looking very sloppy. Rice pulled up. Is he okay? I haven't seen that yet on my screen, but it might be about to come. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. Souček a ghost. It's just not ideal. But we'll see. Yeah. I just did that. Rice with the tackle straight into Fornals, who loses out of it. Dangerous from Newcastle into so many West Ham players, and yet Newcastle seem to be again still creating chances. Declan Rice lays it short to Fornals, plays it short this time to Mikel Antonio. Throw in on the halfway line for West Ham. Struggling. It's war of attrition, it feels like today a little bit. You know, a lot of just hoping we can get there through the lines and not full on happening. Not full on happening. We'll see how it kicks on from here, but we'll know. Antonio with I think it was an attempt at a pass. I'm not really sure. He sort of dinked it as if it were a pass, but it wasn't near anyone. Emil Kraft with the most obvious yellow card I've seen in a long time. Antonio picks up the ball and Emil Kraft goes into him. Oh, beautiful stuff from Emil Kraft. Third booking of the season. I'll tell you what, that deserves at least 3 yellow cards. Not a sending off, just all yellows. You just look at him and go, why would you do that, mate? Just flew in on him. Especially with Mikel Antonio. He's not going to do anything. It's such a silly free kick to give away. I love it. I can't act like I don't love it. Cresswell and Fornals standing over the resulting free kick. It's in a good area. About 30 yards from goal, slightly offset to the left. Talking near the corner of the goal. Near the corner of the area sort of thing. Cresswell raises his hand, puts it in. Dawson! Dawson! 1-0 West Ham. As easy as you like. Big Craig. Big Craig. Yes. Yeah. Why did you foul him in such a stupid manner? Newcastle really only have themselves to blame there. It's West Ham 1 and Newcastle United 0. Emil Kraft gave away a stupid as all hell free kick. And Craig Dawson rises like the king he is. A late run, bent in, round the back. No one picks him up in front of Dan Burn, who can't do anything with it. And it's a beautiful header. Just dominant. Bosh. Straight off the forehead. I'm starting to sound like a Jet TV there. Bosh. Lovely stuff. Straight off the spam. Into the net. 1-0. Love to see it. Love to see it as clean as you like. As clean as you like. West Ham United 1, Newcastle United 0. Somewhat against the run of play, but I tell you what, we'll take it. We'll take it. We will take it. That's what you get for fouling Antonio. It's so stupid. Why did they even begin to think that was a good idea? I don't get it, but there we go. I don't get many things. Craig Dawson's got to be one of the best value for money signings we've ever made. He's got to be up there, especially after the last couple of seasons. What a man. Everyone shout out Emil Kraft for giving us that goal. Appreciate it, bro. Fornals digs it inward to Souček. Control him and Antonio just get fingered. Joe Linton again. Joe Linton maybe a little bit lucky there. I only assume the referee's not seen it, but he's gone in very hard on Mikel Antonio, who stayed down after it. West Ham collect the ball after the break. Once Newcastle forward break fails and West Ham collect the ball, he does pull it back. But Joe Linton just body checks Antonio there. Lucky it wasn't a free kick. I don't think maybe anything more. His arms weren't raised like Emil Kraft, who decided he was AJ Styles coming in with a phenomenal forearm. But yeah. Oh, God, I love Craig Dawson, man. What, just seeing that Craig Dawson there again, and what an absolute boy. Lemmy from Hamburg says, Liverpool fan here, hope you win and get top 4, saying hi from Germany. Thank you very much, Lemmy, saying hi from the UK. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. We're welcome here anytime, my friend. Mate, I just, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. But again, yeah, I'm not saying it was a yellow card. I'm not saying it was a yellow card from Joe Linton. They're checking with Antonio. I'm not sure if it's for concussion or what. But it was very harsh from Joe Linton. Just completely body checks him. And when I say body check, I mean full on body check. Just, just hits him just completely clatters him. Mikel Antonio, unaware he was coming in, I think, goes down. It was definitely a free kick in my opinion. It wasn't anything more than that, but definitely a free kick. Remember when Craig was joining West Ham Utd? I've always said it. I've always backed him. He's been poor at times, but I've always backed him, even since before we signed him. I was the only one on this very channel. We did a live stream that deadline day. Was it deadline day we signed him? I think it was. And I said, I quite like Craig Dawson. And everyone laughed. Thank you very much. Big Craig. Who needs a centre forward? Who needs a centre forward? Mr. Old School, that is Danny DeVito. Hollywood actor, legend, probably Emmy Award winning. Probably if he hasn't got an Oscar, he should have one. He's just a legend of the game. Pablo Fornals, squeezes out a little opportunity for himself there. Pablo Fornals tries to take a shot, it ends up getting blocked, but no opportunity there. I love looking at Sec Deckers. Hang on a sec. Newcastle on the break. Murphy, short to Fraser, not Fraser, but into the book of Crestwood. Flipping heck. Willock. Oh, bloody hell, that was close. Hooped into the box. Big old looper. And Chris Wood raising high to get the header on it, unsurprisingly. I'll tell you what, Emil Kraft to get a red card right now is not a shocking thing to maybe go for. He's acting a bit wild. And Fabianski does well to jump up above him and just claw it out of a moment where he could have got his head on it and finished that. Willett can't get the control on the other side of it, but flipping heck. Shout out fake can't go. Shout out fake can't. Big place. Thank you. Always thought his acting was a bit wooden. Solid work. Strongly disagree though. Actor, legend, egg enthusiast. Exactly, born to get busy. Exactly. Offer it to Kraft. He's going to need it. Do you want an egg in this trying time? I just want to be pure. Rumham. Lots of other references I could make, Just good lads. All round good lad. Chester's for Souček at half time. Not for me, but I don't know what I would do, because I agree mostly with James Gunn saying here. I mean, I think the midfield have been shy with chances we created. Our attack hasn't been that bad. I vaguely agree with you on that one. Broadly agree with you. But I don't know what I do. I don't know how I would change that. I don't know. We'll have to look at it. We'll have to look at the bench at half time, maybe see what's going on there. Can I offer you an egg in these trying time? Always fight milk. Yeah, another great one. Just is what it is. Murphy on the outside of the box, just on the left-hand side, tries to put it in, but Ryan Fredericks getting the block. It's going to be a corner to Newcastle United. 39 minutes on the clock. West Ham 1, Newcastle 0. We look relatively okay for it. I mean, Newcastle were certainly dangerous in the opening 10 minutes. They have maintained a level of danger. It's not like there's been none to speak of whatsoever. However, realistically, none of their chances have been golden ones yet. Played in, this might be one here, but it's headed away by Declan Rice on the edge of the box, just hooked in by Matt Target. Not good. Shelby down in the area. Thomas Souček doing not great. Shot comes in, blocked by Kurt Zuma, and it goes out. It's going to be Newcastle to collect it on the halfway line to go again. I want to see that Souček one again. Not my favorite thing I've ever seen from him. I'll say that much, but played in. Kurt Zuma rises as well to get the header away from the big hoof upfield. Fornals battles well with Fraser to collect it, lays it short to Ben Rama, who just can't quite get the control. Dan Burn collects it, passes, goes on the overlap. You love to see it. I do like Dan, but I can't lie to you. I do like Dan Burn. And it's not just because he's tall, although that does play a large part in it. Rice dispossesses Joe Linton. West Ham, little quick passing triangle. Gets away with it. Fornals, lovely stuff. Ben Rama's there. Bowen just ahead of him. He does find Jared Bowen. Dan Burn with a very nice tackle at the back post. It goes back for a corner to West Ham. Nice attack, nice counter attack. One of the things we haven't seen. I tell you what, West Ham looking a little bit more like West Ham of old. Not properly. We're not flying, killing, and destroying like we were, but certainly doing okay here. Played forward. Jared Bowen gets on it, and Dan Burn just with a simple block, easy as you like, and it's going to be a corner, but a nice quick counter attack, a nice quick passing triangle in the middle. And Pablo Fornals, it's just his ability to get the ball forward is insane. His passing is just so good. Here comes the corner, whipped in from Bowen. Not great. Zuma has to adjust to try and go backwards to it. West Ham still maintain possession just on the edge of the area, but not great. Oh, Ben Rama with a nice ball into the path of Bowen, tries to put it onto a stronger foot, hits it. Takes a deflection, but straight into the hands of Dubravka, and not a great one. There was maybe a different opportunity there, maybe different opportunities for Bowen. That was a bit more like Bowen of old, where he just has an eye for goal and nothing else. Michael Antonio was there, but I wouldn't have passed to him either. It wasn't an excellent opportunity, but maybe a dink across. There's still some big boys in there. He goes for shot, though, unsurprisingly, and straight into the hands of Dubravka. Big ball up the pitch, and again, Kurt Zuma just doing it. And you've got this American football style system from Newcastle in a lot of ways. They collect the ball and then they just hoof it as far up the pitch as possible towards Chris Wood. But good, you maintain possession. Bad, you win a throw-in. It's working for them, although that throw-in has resulted in them going all the way back to their own goalkeeper somehow. So, scenes. Apart from this site, what am I going to do for 30 weeks with no NFL? Subscribe to Hammer's Chat and A Top Lad on Twitter, on YouTube, my channel. I'll probably upload a video at some point during those 30 weeks. I can't guarantee it, but I might. Who knows? I don't know. To be honest, I quite like it when football goes away for a bit. It allows me to pursue some of activities. Gaming, wrestling, Kraft lops it in over the top of everyone. Target picks it up, lays it short to Murphy nicely. Oh, nice reverse pass, but just a little bit ahead of Joe Willock. A nice idea there from Jacob Murphy, but still. Yeah, subscribe to A Top Lad on Twitter, on YouTube. Why not? Why not? Let's see where the likes are at. I forgot about that. We are at 232. 300 is happening. 400 could be on the cards if we push it, but 300 is definitely possible. Definitely possible. We've got him as the Penguin. Mate, big plays. Big plays. I saw that. Someone said, someone mentioned what's your favorite. It's probably Matilda. Film-wise, it's probably Matilda. The thing he's done is obviously Always Sunny, but I think film-wise, it's probably Matilda. Although I'm a huge Batman fan, but somehow I haven't seen the Batman films he's in. So I would need to go back and do that before I could give you a true statement on the matter. But without that, Matilda. Oh, Jacob Murphy does really well there. Declan Rice in the end getting the block, but a brilliant piece of play from Jacob Murphy. I tell you what, he's doing decently. He steps up against Ryan Fredericks and Declan Rice, just takes it through both of them. Declan Rice just carries on tracking and manages to just fully stretch and get a foot in. But I'll tell you what, he's done well. He's done well. Here we go. Played in from the corner from Newcastle. Oh, opportunity. Zuma gets the block. Antonio with an acrobatic clearance, and now West Ham can counter-attack. Pablo Fornals trying to play it over the top for Ben Rama. It's maybe a little bit overhit, but it's all that could really happen. And Target manages to get out there and just... Oh, it's Emil Kraft, sorry, not Target. Kraft is 17, Target is 13. I need to remember this. Ben Rama just couldn't quite get it. It was a little bit overhit. It was a good opportunity, a good try, and I respect the effort, even if it doesn't play out, but it happens. I do. It's also A-Top Lad. I'm A-Top Lad everywhere. I've never streamed on the Twitch account. I am planning to at some point very, 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 very soon. I won't say exactly when because I know I'll flop, but very, very, very soon. A-Top Lad. I'm A-Top Lad everywhere. My YouTube account is A-Top Lad. Twitch is A-Top Lad. Twitter is A-Top Lad. A-Top Lad. Fredericks trying to get a header down from a little bit of head tennis, doesn't quite work out. Antonio manages to collect the ball. There was a shout for handball, which doesn't happen. It was probably a bit close to claim it. West Ham didn't really use the opportunity as best. They all of a sudden they had an opportunity to get forward in a nice way, but instead they end up passing it backwards. And it's with Kurt Zuma on the halfway line. He was gone for a big cross field diag to Bowen, who wins the header, but it's just a bit lackluster. And the game's coming to a slightly slower conclusion in the first half right now. Tempo's dropped down, audience crowd have dropped down. A slow end to the first half. Maybe not the worst thing in the world. Millcraft lofts it in. Fraser can't get his head on it. Murphy on the opposite side. Fredericks trying to get the block. Oh, nice return pass. Digged in. Rice with one of the worst headers you ever see. Murphy. Oh. Goal line technology says it's a goal. And it's Joe Willock with the goal. I thought it was Murphy, but it's Joe Willock. And disappointingly, just as I said, it was coming to it's the commentator's curse. Just as I said, it was coming to a slow conclusion. This first half, it ends with a Joe Willock goal. One of the scrappiest goals you're going to see in a while. I'm not even scrappy. One of the least good goals you're going to see. Murphy on the far side picks up after not a great cross. A brilliant reverse ball into the path of Fraser, who just lobs it into to be honest with you, an area where no one was but Declan Rice. And it's not even like Declan Rice was under any sort of pressure or anything. The header was god awful. And literally headers it back towards goal somehow. And Willock is the best one to react. Sticks his leg out to just get it hooked towards some sort of towards the goal at all. On the opposite side of Fabianski, posting in, just pass it in. Just terrible. Deserved? Last 20 minutes, you'd say probably not. But I mean, overall in the first half, you'd probably say 1-1 is a more accurate reflection of the game than 1-0 was. But man, yeah, just not good. Blame Rice for that. Should have gone. Yeah, I agree. Poor clearance from Rice. Anyone was better. Fredericks just need pace. One of the worst Rice performances I've seen in a while. Fredericks is like a right-sided Masuaku. That's on Fredericks. He can't defend. I mean, I'd have to have a look at it again to talk about the Fredericks bit. I understand why people would say that. It definitely comes down his side. Obviously, Pablo Fornals was very angry with John Joe Shelby there. They're having a full-on argument, him and John Joe Shelby. And I'll be honest with you, John Joe Shelby looks like he would be harder than Pablo Fornals. Pablo Fornals has got the work rate. I'd back him at 9 times out of 10. Yeah, I'd have to have a look at the goal again to see what happens down that right-hand side. I certainly understand why people would talk about Fredericks, but to be honest with you, that was horrendous from Declan Rice. That header was just, and he's been bad all half, but that was bad. He headers it back towards goal. I don't know. He's having a poor game. When you're having a poor game, that's the sort of things that happen. But yeah, I would have to have a second look just to see what I know. We're talking Frederick, so I would need to have a second look at it. I know people have mentioned it, but yeah, it ends half time. West Ham United 1, Newcastle 1. Disappointing, very disappointing in the end. Like I said, it felt like it was coming to a sort of a boring, sort of drab conclusion of a half. The crowd had dropped down, everything else had dropped down, but then out of nowhere. Well, not out of nowhere, but it was a nice piece of ingenuity play and it happens. But this is where I asked Geo Mackie what he thinks. Geo, Talk to me.
Don't know, mate. I think they deserve to have scored a goal. I think they've caused us problems. A lot of the problems they've caused us, though, is our own making. I think we've been getting off with some really poor defending in that first half. It started off pretty badly. They had came close a couple of times in the first few minutes, and then Dawson was lucky. Chris Wood nudged Kurt Zuma. Otherwise, he'd been looking at a red card for bringing down Ryan Fraser. Fredericks looks torn apart out on that right-hand side continuously. Rice was one that was at fault in the first 2 minutes for being a bit sleepy, and Yolenton nipped in, and then his header at the end there was shocking. But the ball's coming out of the sky. Dawson's trying to nudge Willock out of the way, and Ryan Fraser stood watching it. I don't know. It's not been a good half of football, actually. We've had spells that we've looked good, but when I say spells, I mean for about 2 minutes, and then it's back to a bit. It's a very scrappy game, actually, and it probably this scrappiness suits Newcastle a lot more than it suits us, I think.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think if you're a neutral, you would almost like to watch it, but because of the poor display, if you know what I mean, it's kind of made it a lot more end-to-end and open than it should have been. Like, Newcastle are playing relatively open football. We aren't playing open football, but we've just not been good enough to close the football down at all. And I think if you're a neutral watching this, you're probably like, oh, that's kind of like exciting because you don't know who's going to make the mistake next that will lead to a goal. I don't think 1-0 would have been potentially unfair, but I think 1-1 is a better reflection on how the game has been. I think a lot of their chances, like you say, have been coming due to our mistakes, but I also think they've been sort of half chances. There hasn't been many where it's like, you should be scoring there. A lot of them are coming sort of in and around the D, which is where a lot of times you want to be shooting from central, obviously, but we've got so many people in front of them that you might as well not be taking a shot because it's just not going to happen. Poor. How do we change it? Because there's obviously been a lot of talk about Rice and Souček, that sort of pivot in our midfield being overrun by theirs, being beaten by theirs. People have mentioned Fredericks, people have mentioned everyone. There's barely a person really has gone past without some sort of criticism. I think some of our front line's not been too bad, but defensively we've been a bit all over the shop. How do we change that? What do we do to take this game to the ball?
I don't know. It's a difficult one. I agree. The midfield needs a little bit of help, though. The Newcastle have got 3 in there to our 2. I think Fornals needs to be 10 yards deeper than he currently is and get in alongside Rice and Souček. But Rice and Souček are playing poorly. I would say bring the centre midfielder on off the bench. I think we're going to have to do that. I would get Alex Kral on for Souček at half time. I would get Souček off the pitch and say, look, sorry, mate, you're crap. I say you're crap. You've been crap recently. We've come up against various different midfields in the last 4, 5, 6 games. He's looked poor against all of them. He's not like he's playing poorly against teams that dominate possession, but he's fine against the physical side. He's looked poor against the physical side, the sides that do dominate possession. Today, Newcastle playing counter-attacking football. He looked poor against that. What midfield is Souček going to look good against? We're running out of sort of labels, if you want. I would get him off at half-time, get Alex Kral on there and say to Declan Rice, you're just going to have to step up a bit. You need to be the captain today. Not a great 45 from him. But the difference is I've got more faith in Declan Rice having a good second half than I do Thomas Souček. So I'd get Souček off, and I would possibly get Fredericks off and get Johnson on. The reason I would do 2 subs at half time, because let's be honest with you, looking at the bench, he's not going to bring on Chesters. He's not going to bring on Elise. Diop's only going to come on as an injury with the centre backs. I understand that. I wouldn't bring on Martin Noble because the game is so end to end. I just worry he'll get caught out quite a little bit, and that Willock and Yolenton will just go breezing past him. That would worry me. The only way you can get Noble on is if you keep Rice and Souček on with him in order for us to retain possession, because we're not really keeping a hold of it very much. So I think at halftime I'd be ballsy. Fredericks, Souček off, Johnson, Kral on, and get Declan Rice going box to box, because he's not really done it so far in the first half. It's just Antonio's looking a bit better today, I think. I will say that. I think he's causing them problems. I think Shaw should have been booked. Give him another couple of fouls, he will be booked. Shelby should have been booked as well. They've got a couple of players, Virgin, on going in the referee's book. I think Declan Rice is as well, though. He was lucky with Willock that he shrugged him off kind of thing. But, I would make a couple of changes, because what I was trying to say is there's no point keeping your subs bench for later on with Moyes, because we're not going to bring on Yarmolenko unless needs must. We're not going to bring on Chesters. We're not going to bring on Elise. It's all needs must for them. Vlasic is the only one he might bring on to try and do something. So let's be proactive now. Let's get off Fredericks. Let's get something done in the middle of the park. Because if I'm Eddie Howe, I'm sitting there knowing my best player, in terms of ability, Newcastle's best player is currently sat on the bench and plays centre midfield. We are struggling in centre midfield. If I'm Eddie Howe, I'm thinking I'm changing this soon. I'm getting him on there because he's going to have freedom of the London Stadium if he does. He's going to come on. He's going to pull the strings a little bit. The only problem for Eddie Howe is who do you bring off? Because I would argue all three centre midfielders are looking good for Newcastle. But this is where, if he wants to be ballsy, he takes Murphy off, puts Yolenton up in the left wing position, and puts Bruno into the middle of the park or something. It's not good. We need to do something ASAP. We can't let Eddie Howe make the first sub today. We cannot.
Strongly agree.
Moyes
Speaking of doing something in a second. BRB.
Yes, cheers.
Back in a second.
Anyway, live chat. Let's see what you guys are saying. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like on it if you haven't already. And let's see what you're all saying. Alex is saying, Moyes has peaked. How can you not find a striker after 2 years? And bleaty about Antwerp being knackered. Evan says, can't judge Moyes when we still have Pellegrini signings overhanging that aren't contributing. I think the only one you can say that isn't contributing is Yarmolenko. I say that Fredericks isn't playing great today, but the goalkeepers, Pellegrini signing, Fernandez is Pellegrini signing, Diop's Pellegrini signing. So Moyes has used Pellegrini signings in favour of what we're doing, what's good about West Ham this season and stuff. So I get it. Yes, Pellegrini made some poor signings, but David Moyes signed Patrice Evra. He signed Jordan Hugo, Vlasic, Kral. I would argue those are just as bad. I'd argue David Moyes' signings are hindering David Moyes more than Pellegrini's signings are beating Vlasic and Kral. Because if Kral was good enough, that was a good signing. We'd see him. Souček's out of form. He'd come in. He's not. So sorry to dig you out, Evan. It's a bit of a myth, I find, when people say Moyes' signings are all really good. Well, if you don't make any, you can't make any bad ones for a start. But also, if Alex Kral's signing was a good one, we wouldn't have this problem today with Souček and Rice both being poor, because Kral would be started, but he's not, because it's a bad signing. Nick James says, this is the best West Ham season in decades. People who Moyes out don't have a brain. I've not seen loads say Moyes out. I also have not seen all the chat, Nick. I've not seen that, to be honest with you. There will be some people, but... Ready, same every week. Halftime, we're underperforming, but in the game, it's winnable. Full time, we talk about how we look flat, but possibly scraped a result. Suburban says that if FedEx stays on, is likely to give away a pen. Can see it happening. I don't think so, because he's not doing anything in the box, is he, Fredericks? When Newcastle come in the box, he stands still. You're not going to give away a pen standing still. I can see a pen in the game, though. I think Dawson, like I said, Dawson got off with it massively with the Ryan Fraser thing, and then he's done well since. Really good goal from him, but Rice has been poor in our own box. Souček was a bit poor. Someone barred Shelvey in the back. Who was it? Was it Souček? I'm surprised that they didn't look at it, but Shelvey had the ball and someone just ran into the back of him and knocked him over in the box. It was a bit risky. Bo says Declan Rice played very, very well. That own goal was negative. I don't think he's been playing that well. I don't think he's been playing that well. I don't think he's had a good game today. MK says we've been good attacking but can't defend. I agree with that. Well, faster, slicker pass needed. Amen. The pitch is good for it. It's all wet surface. Should be good. Iron Shah says gutting last minute equaliser. Don't know about Rice. Neither do I. Don't worry. Neither do I, my friend. Daniel thinks Rice is struggling. Bo and Antonio need to start looking for each other. Soham says Moyes' fault in signing, no signings in the summer. Dithering played. We made signings in the summer. I was just not using them, and then did none in January. So Bo said that Rice has been great. I guess it's up to everyone's interpretation. I don't think he has been. Tom says been poor for months now. I think we're lucky to be fifth. I think a lot think that as well. I do think. Ben says Fabianski's poor distribution. Antonio's clumsy. Poor Fredericks is crap. Dylan's been impressed for now. I think he's playing all right. I think he's looking okay. Chippy says Dawson up front and in beside Rice in midfield and at right back and alongside Zuma. I think Moyes would do that if he could. Kyriakos says, I put Fornals in the middle, works hard, technical. Me too. I think we're being overrun. Their three are overrunning Rice and Souček. So yes, they're playing poorly, but it's not helped by being outnumbered. So Fornals needs to drop 10 yards deeper and help them out. He has to. Alex says, been very lucky last few weeks, or luck. Stephen says, oh, Moyes, you're not refreshing the squad. Well, no way, it was ace. There's absolutely no complaints from Moyes. No sign in January. What you going to do? My thought process as well. Brent says, we look fragile and lacking confidence, too dependent on Bowen and Rice. Bo says, Zuma played well. I agree with you on that, Bo. I think Zuma has played well, even a couple of times when Zuma's been caught out. There was that ball down the side where Zuma just went a little bit too soon. Wood got it off and put the cross in. He almost recovered it. So even when he's making errors, they're not costing us, if you like. I do think Zuma's looked quite good. Every time the ball comes in the box, him and Dawson are doing well to get on the end of it. Gary says, I can't blame the old manager. Sorry, Moyes. Fraser says, Bowen is looking sharp at least. He should have a good second half. I agree with that. He's looking very, very good. I assume you're talking to him because I know that Fornals is Pellegrini's signing. James is saying that attack not been terrible, but that might be one of the worst games from Rice I've seen. Souček isn't even winning his aerial duels anymore. But this is the problem, right? This is the problem. And I've said it in enough videos. I can't be arsed making another video about it, but I might do this week because it's quite a while till the next game. But the problem isn't Souček being out of form. That is not the problem. It's going to happen. The problem is not being able to take him out of the team and give him a bit of a break. Players need breaks. When players go out of form, you get them out of the team, you give them a couple of weeks on the sidelines, whether it's to punish them or just look after them. There might be something going on. They might be a bit tired, might have a small injury or something. Souček's out of form, not a problem. It's going to happen. The problem is we don't take him out of the team. We don't replace him. And he just gets worse and worse and worse. Football's a confidence game. And when you're playing crap, your confidence is low. You go out there already sort of, you want to call it player points on a scale of 1 to 10. You already go out there with -1 points because of your confidence. So it's difficult to start playing well just like that. You need a break sometimes. I don't have an issue with Antonio being out of form, Souček being out of form. They're at West Ham. We're not Man City. We can't expect Kevin De Bruyne a level performance every game. But even Man City have poor performance. Pep just takes them out for a couple of games and then puts them back in once they're refreshed. But we're just not doing it with Souček. And this is why I don't get angry at Souček or Antonio anymore. I don't get angry at those players. I'm angry at the manager for consistently playing them and not having options on the bench. I actually feel sorry for Souček and Antonio because they're still working hard. They're still trying. They're just bang out of form and struggling. They need help. And that's why I just get a bit pissed off, really. Anyway,
I mean, that's the thing is, it's just, and it's like when you look at Antonio, there's the obvious answer of we don't have an option for that. We just don't have an option. But when you have Souček, it's like, well, you do at least have two other people who are defensive midfielders on the bench. One of them, even if you take off, like, and it's not just Souček in today or in any other game, whatever, but just like Kral's here for 6 more months, and have we seen enough of him to sign him? I'm not going to say yes, but have we seen enough of him to really make a true and accurate full judgment? I don't know. But the teams are coming back out, Gio, so I'll let you go.
Just quickly. Okay. Megan said, no, he hasn't scored. Antonio's literally everywhere. I think he's working hard. I think he's looking good. And
I would say I think this is one of his better performances.
Johnson and Vlasic on for FedEx and Souček. Vlasic isn't a bad shout, to be honest with you. As for their dip in form, I don't know. They're just out of form. That's all. It's not a problem. They play for West Ham. Anyway, some people are saying Ben Johnson's on, so I'm going to disappear anyway, Charlie. And I'll be back at full time on my own, I think. Mick Gonzo might be there. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see. I'll be back at full time.
Ben Johnson has just walked onto the pitch, so you've got that to look forward to. Thank you very much, Gio. If you want to hear more of someone who actually knows what they're talking about, then make sure to stick around till full time because Gio will be live doing the full time review, and I will spam that link in the chat so you don't have to go anywhere or do anything whatsoever. We make it as easy as possible for Hamish chat during the match days. We make it as easy as possible for you all. So make sure to stick around. But if you're not, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new around here, hit the bell notification. Don't miss any of our upcoming videos, live streams, watch-alongs, previews, reviews, all of the stuff in between we do, which is a lot. Make sure to hit that like button to stick around. But if you're sticking around, thank you very much. Remember, we are live until full time, and we've kicked back off. Newcastle got it underway. It's West Ham United 1, Newcastle 1. It's a stressful performance from West Ham so far. Just as it felt like it was calming down and we were going to be able to just have a chill end to the half, Newcastle get a late equaliser, arguably a semi-deserved one, and we move. Big plays, Richie. Fair play. I never thought I would see it, but fair play, mate. I have to respect it with the sub bingo win. Love that. Love that. Anyway, Ben Johnson has come on for Ryan Fredericks at halftime. I'm a bit surprised. But I'll take it. I'll take it. What are our likes at? Where are we at right now? Oh, 262. 300 is happening. Come on, 300 is the goal. We can do this. But no subs from Newcastle. We still have the exact same lineup happening. We'll see how it goes. We've started second halves well this season in general. I mean, the last couple of months we've been a bit shaky, but I do believe we can start. It's as he said that, a bit awkward there. But we started well in second halves by and large. We really have. And we move. It's happening. We got this. There's one person in chat who I respect, and it's not for what they say; it's for their persistence. And I'm not going to block them because I think it's quite funny, but we'll see how it goes. And I think we all know who I'm talking to. Right, free set piece, West Ham corner, straight away, straight after the half time. Let's go. Right hand side. It's going to be Jared Bowen to take, whose corners I don't like as much as Aaron Cresswell's, but still, hopefully he can whip one in. The first one wasn't too bad today. Zuma, Rice, Dawson, all in there, plays it in. Headed away by Dan Burn, but into the feet of Rice, who lays it short. Cresswell hits it. Ooh, deflects. Jared Bowen's going to collect it back near the corner flag. Takes on target, puts it into a really good area. Just nodded away easily. No one attacking it. Good area, though. Rice short to Antonio. Zuma. Back to Rice. Pings it in. Souček's there. Nods it down. Looks for Dawson. Who's the person who stayed forward and attacking it? He wants that brace. And the crowd roar. Come on. It's happening. West Ham have Newcastle a little bit under siege right now. They're defending strongly, Newcastle. West Ham aren't looking ruthlessly brilliant right now, but they're sort of peppering it. Fornal's getting crowded out there. Can't do much with it, but the ball forward gets won back once again by West Ham, who regain possession on the halfway line. Declan Rice with it. Nice ball forward to Said, but also Pablo Fornals even. To Matt Antonio, who's touched on the touchline. That's for some reason. DJ DHD. I'll just say this. You're the person I was talking about. I respect the hustle. Just allow it. Do you know what I mean? The second it becomes personal, I don't mind you talking all the other nonsense. I think that's fine. But the second it becomes personal, that's when I step in. So chill a little bit. Anyone else who's talking back to him, I respect that it's a frustrating thing to exist, but ultimately just ignore it. DJ DHD, chill a little bit, bro. I respect it, but chill a little bit. West Ham still with possession of the ball. Dawson, big long ball forward. Mikel Antonio does well. Wins it, lays it short too. Pablo Fornals, you've got Bowen in there, as is Benrahma. Good overlap. Fornals holds onto it, plays it into a good area. Bowen controls it down really well. Oh, it's such an opportunity. Trying to find Antonio, can't quite do it. A target who had stayed down doesn't quite happen. Target who he goes down holding his head. I didn't see the connection. I think it's more his knee than anything else, rather than his face or rather than his foot or anything. He seems to just Matt Target's. I think he gets caught. He gets caught in the crossway. There's nothing bad there, nothing malicious, nothing meant. Jared Bowen controls it down at a very reasonable height. It wasn't even a high foot, but Jared Bowen, but Matt Target's head goes straight into sort of Jared Bowen's leg. It wasn't a knee or anything. Or sorry, a toe or anything. It might have been a max a knee, probably more like a thigh. Hooked forward by Rice. We're seeing the replay there. Thomas Souček nods it down for Dawson. That's some beautiful stuff right there. And Dawson just struck it cleanly as well. I'll tell you what, I reckon that was going in, but still move. I know people want me to ban him, but how can you ban someone who calls people melts? And he's subscribed because we're on a subscriber only mode. That's not saying I wouldn't ban him, but like I say, just chill a little bit, bro. But I'm big into. If it carries on, I will have to step in. But yeah. Anyway, opening 5 minutes, the second half's been good. It's been good. We're looking a little bit better, or at least in terms of, like we said at halftime. I think attackingly we've been pretty decent today. I think defensively and through all, this is a good opportunity for West Ham. Ben Rama can't quite get a control on it. It was nice ball forward. It's been happening, right? We're looking a little bit more lively. But Newcastle, they did create chances. I think if our defense though stepped up, we'd be able to finish this. We'd be able to finish this. Ben Rama looked like he was offside, so Antonio looked like he tried to grab it instead. Referee does look across the linesman. Doesn't happen. Target plays it into the path for Joel Linton, who's surprisingly worked his way into a central midfield significant role this season, which I never would have predicted, but there we go. Murphy tries to play the ball in. Johnson just sort of standing there into him. Happens. Yeah, DJ, look, I don't want to block you, bro, and I do think it's banter. But what I'm saying is it comes a point where it's causing so much problems that I have to step in. I don't want to. I think what you're saying is hilarious. But there comes a point where I have to step in and go, okay, right, we need to just chill a little bit. That's what I'm saying. If it carries on, then I will have to just end it. But trust me, I don't want to, bro. I don't want to. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, it's weird, Craig, because we were so good at doing it as well. We were so good at the first half of the season. We were lightning. First half and second half. So we were absolutely lightning. We just stepped at people. Whereas now we're just like a day's gone slow. Thank you, Carl. My G. Thank you. Appreciate it. Two things I love forever. That's a nice ball out to Jarrod Bowen. West Ham have a really good opportunity here. Antonio needs to wake up a little bit, but Jarrod Bowen's decided to do it as much as he can. Can't quite hook it in. Ben Rama was there on the far post, and Antonio was in an okay position, but he was just looking forward. He didn't seem to be making any sort of smart movements to maybe help out Jarrod Bowen there. Shame, because it was a good opportunity. But again, there's space in this game, man. This game is there for the taking. I think arguably for either side, if we can step up defensively, then it's ours for the taking. 100%. 100%. Okay, I agree with you. I think if we want constructive criticism, I think there's the punches could be stronger. Go for the power punches maybe a bit more. Yeah, they don't, do they? There's a lot of other players who do have a nice bit of flow to them, who can play in and around the box, but he's just not. They just don't seem to have that connection. Fornals, Ben Rama, people like that, Antonio with Bowen, people like that, they all work, but it's just Antonio and Bowen don't seem to have the zingers. I agree. Big hit from Cher, but deflected, and Fabianski collects it. The Rangers win was incredible. It was unbelievable. To draw Dortmund and then to go to Dortmund and beat them handily with some banging goal. It was an incredible performance. You have to respect it. Newcastle passing it around at the back. Jarrod Bowen making his presence felt. Johnson just collects it. We're looking better. I'm happy so far in the second half. I'm happy. I'm happier than I was in the first as well. Happier than we were in the first. We're looking defensively more sound. We'll see. It's only 10 minutes of football. We'll see how that plays out. But so far, so good. Cresswell and Fornals linking up nicely there. Fornals is just so smart. Cresswell, a little bit awkward, but Antonio manages to pick it up regardless. Back to Declan Rice as West Ham now try to switch the play over to the right-hand side. Not with any sort of pace, which is usually the issue here, but, you know, Johnson tried to go forward, just couldn't see the way. And when we go back again once more to Kurt Zouma in the centre circle. A little bit of pressure, finds Aaron Cresswell. Much better second half. But we need to take the opportunities. Realistically, 1-1, and this is no offense to Newcastle, but Newcastle fans, but realistically, 1-1, if you're Newcastle, you probably take. You're going up against a team who are fighting for European places, who at least in the first half of the season were absolutely electric. They haven't been for months, to be fair, but at least for the first half of the season were absolutely electric. Going away to that, you would probably take a 1-1. If you watch the game and you say you had a better opportunity to get points from this, I wouldn't disagree with a Newcastle fan saying that, but ultimately you would probably take a point. We need to be winning this game. If we have any sort of, hope of doing something this season, at home to Newcastle is one of the matches you have to just put 3 points down as a given, as something that just is instantly just factual. And we're looking better for it in the second half, defensively especially, but that's not to say we haven't done it yet. We need to go and actually do it. And we'll see how it plays out. If we had to change the colours of our kit, what colour would you like? I do love the Dortmund kit. That yellow is paying. Pink, but that's because I'm mad. I quite like black. Do you know what? This Newcastle kit, to be fair, is pretty good. I do quite like. I'm not super keen on the sort of grey stripe thing, but I do quite like the black and gold. Like the LAFC one's pretty good, or the Roma red. I don't know if it's a red, but the Roma red I like. West Ham breaking away from Newcastle corner. Mikel Antonio just battling for that one well. Wins a throw-in. Good stuff. Good stuff. Antonio doing decently. You've got to respect it. Even I, noted Mikel Antonio disliker, have been like, oh, purple, yes, teal, yeah. Oh, these. Do they? I don't know that kit. I need to look into it, Alex. I need to look into it, but I'm strongly against it. I'm strongly for it. I need to go and have a gander. I like navy as well. Do you like navy? Like, you know what I mean? I do. Newcastle slowly trying to work their way back into this game now. Again, second half's been practically all lost, but Newcastle just slowly getting there. Slowly building possession, slowly building up sort of ground, if you want to put it that way. They're putting it in the sort of getting further forward, as it were. But it's not. But the thing is with Newcastle, when they have possession like this in and around their sort of area on the halfway line, they're passing it around, but they don't really have much incision. Although that's a good opportunity for them. Played it in. Joe Linton's there. Joe Linton, the foul is against Joe Linton for him Johnson, I think, clash heads. But yeah, no, they don't have much incision when they're doing it. When we're sort of just again doing that sort of just making our presence. Oh, just a clash of heads there, not fun. When you have the sort of when they have their possession and they're sort of lazily passing it around, and we are making our presence felt just calmly, not chasing after them headless chicken style, like I said, no, just calmly then they don't have a lot in their locker. That ball across, there was a big diag to Croft, was pretty decent, to be fair. But realistically, they don't have too much from it. Now, obviously, when you have someone like Chris Wood, you just have that big out ball that you can just pump it into. It works for them. But realistically, it's all right. It's okay. You know, I think we're doing better. Positive signs. I would be very hyped about this. Lazio 2014 away kit. Lazio 2014 away kit. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I liked last season's third kit, but the badge felt off to me for some reason. There was something about it that just looked a bit off. I liked the colors, but there was something about the dimensions that looked a bit off. I'm not sure why. What does Okaflex have to do to get on the pitch? Blood sacrifice. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't think he will get on the pitch. I think that's a problem for another time. But he's obviously today he won't. He's not on the bench, but Jan Chester's won't. But in general, I'm not sure. Zuma holding on the ball there, getting forward, progressing well. Okay, so Tom's saying, So Tom's saying baby. Here's the problem. I don't have baby bells, but I do have an orange. I could get an orange if the chat demands. I've realized this is still on. Let me change it to that. If the chat demands, then I could go and get an orange, but I don't have baby bells. Depressingly, I'd rather have a baby bell today, but there was just none in the shop when I went yesterday. So still none there. Orange, it does exist though. We could do that if needed. Antonio. I'll tell you what, Antonio's looking a lot more lively. Just to eat a baby. I don't have one to hand, James. I don't have one to hand. Sorry, HDU, not James. For some reason, the pink made me wish it was James Gunn. Sorry, I don't have one to hand. We demand a shrubbery. Duh. Just a reference humor feeder. Bell, don't have a bell either. I'm bellless. Sad times. Oh, Antonio with a nice little reverse ball through. I tell you what, again, Antonio's playing well today. I want to shout that out because I'm the first to criticize him, but he's played well today. Oh, Ben Rama couldn't quite get on the end of it, but it was a nice idea, nice bit of play. Just as I praise him. Mikel Antonio is just as likely to score a one-man run in incredible circumstances as he is to do what there, which was hit the ball with his wrong foot and then completely miss it with the one he meant to hit it with. It's incredible. I've never known a player like it. It's unbelievable. Chocolate Bell. Listen, if there were chocolate bells, trust me, I'd be getting strongly involved. I have chocolate. I've got chocolate for days, bruv. Galaxy Ripple, I'll just get a Ripple out and eat that. If we decide that's lucky, I'll get a Ripple out and eat it. Don't get me wrong, I'll be very okay with that. But, you know. I know, I'm sorry. Disgraceful. It's sad for me. West Ham looking more competent in this half. It's a lot less exciting than it was in the first. The first half was exciting for both teams, or for neutrals at least, rather than both teams, just because of how bad people were playing. It felt like there was always just a problem around the corner. This is a lot more of a competent performance from West Ham in the second half. The problem is it's not coming to anything as of yet. But it is certainly more Joe Linton just striding away there really nicely. Plays the ball out to Chris Wood. Cuts inside onto his stronger foot, maybe looking for a shot, lays it off instead to John Joe Shelby. Willock on the left-hand side. He has overlaps options on. He managed to wriggle away well from Pablo Fornas and Finger. Burns it. Ooh, close. Close from Chris Willock. Joe Willock, not Chris Willock, his brother. It's not him. Joe Willock. It's a little bit lucky he got in there, but he managed to. and it bends it from range, it would just take something very spectacular to score from there, but it doesn't happen. Oh, Aaron Cresswell. Ben Rama looked about a mile offside there, and he was. Okay, there was a moment there where I was like, there was no, like, it took long enough to be called where I was like, really? It was a really good opportunity. If Cresswell just hit that earlier, it would have been brilliant, but just a little bit late, and Ben Rama is offside. But to be fair, an excellent run. A little bit picked out slightly earlier than that, and we were in there. We were in. It was a very dangerous counter-attack. He's a pair of Balenciagas. I'd sort him out. Well, I don't think Dave does that. He seems a very frugal man, you know? He's more likely to have a pair of New Balance than he is Balenciagas, you know? And I'm saying New Balance that are on the discount shelf at Sports Direct. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? That kind of Donny. Eat something, please. Well, when it gets bad, we'll decide what it is. But like I said, I've got an orange. I've got a ripple. There's options. There's options. Pack of Watsits. Yeah. Antonio battling well with Burn there. Loses out that time, but he's doing well in the battle. Doing well in the battle. Nice ball forward by Murphy, who's having a good game, and Zuma just stops it in its tracks. It's a good ball through from Murphy's having a good game as well. Zuma's having a decent game. I don't know. We're looking a lot more competent for some reason. It's just I'm just not. I don't know. There's just something about it. I'm not super confident right now. Even though we do look technically better than we did in the first half, there's something about it which just isn't filling me with confidence, you know? Suchek needs a pay cut, not a pay rise. Well, there's a lot of people who need pay cuts in society, and unfortunately not many of them get them, but, you know, we move. Newcastle good in defense, not enough players on the attack, can't create any imbalance. Newcastle's clearly better in the second half, says Nathan Drake himself. Good to see you. What a game among thieves. Banger. I disagree with them being clearly better, or unless you're saying clearly better than they were in the first half, which then I'd probably disagree with as well. I don't know. We'll see. We look more solid, no goal threat. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe. This is a frustratingly accurate statement of affairs. I feel like we're playing an away game. Yeah, again, just accurate. Not even full strength. Newcastle again. Yes. We're making it harder for ourselves than we need to. Declan Rice plays it out now to Antonio, who is incredibly deep, but he picks up the ball. He's got space on the left. Jared Bowen's ahead of him, as is Ben Rama, but as of now, Antonio's not really doing anything with it. It's just taking it. Mikel Antonio there being Mikel Antonio. Mikel Antonio there picks up the ball in a decent position, about the halfway line on the left-hand side, drives it forward. There's lots of opportunities for him to. David Moyes with the exact same reaction I had. Just constant, just pushing, and there's so many opportunities where I'm like, pass it, do something. He has Ben Rama alongside him, he has Bowen up alongside him, and instead he just keeps going, and just as he gets into the area, instead of doing anything, he just pumps it into the stands, and it's just like, I can't be asked. Hit him with one of these. just even Glenn's here. You're lucky, bro. I saw you don't have him in your team. I know you have Bowen in your team today, which it's not happening for him either. But fam, Anyway, we move. Up and at him, as it were. John Joe Shelby with a clipped pass, which whatever, man. Plays it in. And then Ben Johnson with an awkward clearance. A very awkward clearance indeed. It's a corner to Newcastle United. A corner to Newcastle United. Big plays. Here we go. Counter-attacking at its finest. This is what we're about to see, right? They're going to cross it in. We're going to come out like the clappers and just go up the other end and score. And it's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing, right? It's going to be the greatest counter-attack you've ever seen. Yeah, here we go. Target, plays it in. Bosch, nodded away by Kurt Zuma. The beginning of the prophecy has been fulfilled. Will it collects it? But that's fine. That's fine. All probably it's the hero arc, you have to go through some adversity before anything else. And Pablo Fornals is chasing it all the way down to Dubravka, who plays it forward. This is the hero arc, right? You get a little bit of adversity, and then the comeback. You grow as a person, and then you come back. The pass forward is straight into the target's hands. I'm starting to believe it might not happen, but that's fine. Joe Linton, Shelvey, Kraft. It just feels more like a Newcastle opportunity. Oh no, terrible pass. That's fine. There we go. Does it still count as a counter attack if they then attacked and then you get a winner goal kick and you kick it? I don't know. You tell me. Vlasic is coming on, everyone. Subs. I was almost right. 72nd minute. Ben Rama off. Vlasic on. I was 3 minutes off. 3 minutes off. David Moyes is screaming at him to get off quicker. There we go. We'll see what happens. Yeah, he's not happy. I think he's frustrated because he feels like he's having a good game. And to be fair, I agree with him. I think he's having a good game as well. And he was getting into good positions and making nice runs, but it happens sometimes, It happens. If you were going to bring him on, you have to bring him on for someone, and I guess that's the option he's chosen, given the fact that Pablo Fornals is too important defensively. I guess I understand why he's annoyed though, because I would be equally annoyed. He's had a good game. He's playing all right. He's not had the best game of his life. Don't get me wrong, but he's playing all right. He's far from the reason we're drawing. With Newcastle. He's played all right. But yeah, just. Is what it is. Is what it is. All right. All right. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. I've got a song by Big Boy in my head. Sorry. It's too catchy. Do you know what I mean? It's too catchy. Newcastle playing it forward. 17 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Played across, just over the top of everyone. Murphy collects on the opposite side. I don't know. I just don't feel like I just don't believe it today. I just don't believe it. Played in. Kurt Zuma reacts well, gets his head to it. Not a great header, but he at least cuts it out in the build-up. Newcastle recollect the ball. Playing it through the lines. Murphy. Hooked. Doesn't happen. It's going to be a Newcastle throw-in on the left-hand side. Fairly deep into West Ham's half, about halfway up the pitch. Halfway up the half, we should say. Target coming across to taking it. Like I said, I think Newcastle would take this. No offense to Newcastle, I think they would take this. But I just can't feel... I don't know. There's just something about West Ham today. It's just making me feel no. Despite the fact we're a lot more competent in this second half, it just doesn't feel like there's any sort of vibe for winning here today. Really doesn't. All played in. Headed away by Craig Dawson. Bloody hell, that was terrifying for a moment. Joe Linton then whips it into a dangerous position again. Craig Dawson once again getting his head to it. Undefeated in the air. Craig Dawson. Rice plays it out now for Vlasic. Here we go. Here comes that counter-attack I was speaking about earlier. Not only is taken down, and that is a yellow card if ever I've seen one for, I think, is it Ryan Fraser? About as professional a free kick foul as you're ever going to see. Just casual AF is what it is. Is what it is. Dawson man match, every match. Come on, all day, every day. It's about the most professional foul you're ever going to see. We're at 300 likes, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We've nailed it. We've hit the goal. 301 is what we're at. Thank you very much, everyone. We appreciate it. Can we get to 400 before the end of the game? The answer's no, but still, we appreciate it. Come on, 300. Let's big plays, everyone. Good work. We've knocked that one out of the park. This one goes out to Big Jet TV. Right, here we go. Vlasic receives the free kick short. Dips one way and the other. Jonjo Shelvey does well to get the block in. He fights Jonjo Shelvey for the ball. He's going to win. There's no way Jonjo Shelvey's beating Vlasic. I don't know if anyone could beat Vlasic for it. Cresswell lays it short to Mikel Antonio. Trying to cross it in. Does. Straight into the hands of Dubravka. Check WhatsApp. Can I be asked? Oh, good. I was right not to check. Now I'm annoyed. Thanks, Tom. What have we got? Have we got rain again? Rain. I'll give you that. There's a benefit to living up north. You do get snow more often. I'll give you that much. I do give you that much. I'll give you that much. Newcastle playing the ball around. Come on, right. It's happening now. I'm feeling it. I'm vibing it, people. Am I really? No, not really, but it's going to happen. Declan Rice plays the ball forward. Here we go. No, he doesn't. He holds onto it too long and then it ends up being a sideways pass. You know what I mean? We move. We vibe. It's okay. He recollects it. Secondary chance. It's sideways again. It's calm. Don't worry. We've got this. Johnson with a hook up the field towards the path of Bowen. Not the one. Yeah, I've seen that. But to be honest with you, I think it's the same way in which fan football TV channels get hate from other football fans. I think it's one of those things where it's like people think that because I'm here sat doing a video or anyone else is sat doing a video that I'm somehow thinking I'm trying to make it all about myself. Whereas it's like, I couldn't want it to be more about me less if I'm being honest about it. But, you know, I think it's one of those things. So I've seen some people, I saw some things going around on Twitter of some guy who's like, despises the bloke. And it's because he's trying to make it all about himself. Like he's chasing ambulances or whatever he said. And I'm like, we move. It is what it is. Can we risk Crowell? I think we should play him. But I mean, at this point, I don't really know if we should or not. I don't know if it gives us anything right now to play him, to be honest. I think defensively we've done well enough to make it happen. Still, Almiron's going to come on now for Ryan Fraser, who has, of course, chose to walk off the long way because that is the way it goes. Roundly booed for walking off the long way, but still. And on in his place is Almiron. At half-time, I would have risked Crowell. But to be honest with you, I don't know who I would have taken off, Rice or Souček. Probably Rice, I guess. Because it was probably Souček because Rice is more likely to up his performance levels, I guess. And I know that this formation doesn't really suit Souček in the first place. But I don't know. Like, I haven't got a problem with playing Crowell, but at this point, there's no point in bringing him on because I think defensively we're doing all right now. I think it's the attacking output is the problem. We've just not been efficient enough. And I mean, I guess you could make the argument that you take off Souček, you bring on Crowell, you just say to Declan Rice, you can allow him to go a bit more forward and not think Thomas Souček has to be the guy in around the box. You sort of at least allow it. But realistically, I don't know, man. It's just not happening. It's just, I don't know. I feel like we haven't. Unless we change formation, then I think this is it. This is it for us. We just are where we are. We don't have the subs. We don't have the subs to really change this one. Vlasic to Fornals. We've done everything we can, is basically what I'm saying. Johnson with an interesting decision to pass that one there. It was fun. Another day, another below par performance. Yeah, that's the thing. At least the first half was exciting because it was two terrible teams. This half has just been like, yeah, right, well, whatever. Not good, is it? Whatever, man. if we have any hope of doing literally anything this year, this has to have been 3 points. Realistically, it just has to have been. And a 1-1 draw at home to a below average under strength Newcastle side it's not fun. We're in a ditch right now, and we need something. And I'm not just talking about in the game; I'm talking about in the season in general. Bit of I don't know whether it's leadership or ingenuity or what, but we need something just to step up the bars. Bowen goes down under the attack from Fabian Schär. It's definitely a push. Is it that bad? I don't know. I don't really care. I think whatever. It's barely anything. It's just physical defending at the end of the day. I'm not really against it. Listen. Morelos is one of those guys, yeah. Kent is very good. We can move on from Kent. But Morelos is one of those guys who I would love just because at least something would happen. Would it be good? Who knows? He might get sent off, but I'll take it. He's a madman. Time for Satsuma? Or is it bell time? Is that what we're saying? Is it bell time? I don't know. It's up to the people. It's up to the people. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree, but Dawson collects the ball on the halfway line. Tries to play the ball forward to Johnson, who can't get there. Throw in. We need something, man. We just need something. I don't want to keep saying it. This is Mikel Antonio long throw. Okay, cool. Right, well, there we go. That's where we're going. That's where we're going, people. It's a Mikel Antonio long throw. Thomas Souček being man marked by Dan Burn. It's played in towards Souček. And unsurprisingly, Dan Burn, all 6'7" of him and whatever he is, and very good in the air, does him. Is that a card coming out? Referee's blown his whistle for something. Joe Linton's down. Who knows? Orange, Bell. All right. Well, I'll put it in the chat. I'll put the poll in the chat. Bell, yes or no? We don't have bells, of course, today, so we do have an orange in its place. So whatever you lot pick is what we'll go with. Do I go and grab an orange for the lug? Is that what's happening? You have until, let's say 85. We're until 85. Let me know. However you vote in chat is the way we will go. It's the way we will go. I don't even know if it's popped up. I can't see it, but I'm just going to hope it has. If anything, let me just do it again. Just to double check. We have until 85. Ben. I'm Ben. Iconic comment. I'm seeing a lot of orange, no poll. We'll see if it comes up now. And I've done it a second time. Inspire us, Bell. All right, Harry. Here we go, right? This is there for us to take. All right, realistically, Newcastle haven't been that good, right? You could argue they were better at creating chances in the first half than they have been in the second. And I think part of that has been we have gotten better defensively. Defensively, we have stepped up again, pardon me. Zuma has had a decent game. Dawson's been good. The midfield has got better. We've just defensively been more solid in the second half. The problem is that's made this game a lot less exciting, right? Before, it was like two teams just going mad at each other and whatever happened. That means there's still space for it. Newcastle, they're going to bring on their big boy, Bruno. Bruno G, he's about to come on, and that's fine, and he's going to do well in midfield for them. But we have the talent on the pitch. They're just not necessarily in the right places. And all it takes is them to be in the right place once, and it happens. Like now, Bowen wants getting through. I'm telling you, it happens. It is now 85. I'll finish the poll. It says 76. Yes. Okay. 1 second. You'll be kept company by my Simpsons pillow and Danny for just for the briefest of moments. I'll be back. 1 second, everyone. We have it. We have it. My God, I'm glad we didn't score. Or they didn't score while I was away. Johnson on the ball. We have it, people. It's here. I'm going to eat it as fast as I can. Literally against medical advice. Michail Antonio doing well to create some space. Souček pulls it across. Vlasic hits it. Ooh, Benrahma close. Blocked by Dan Burn. Blocked by Dan Burn close. The crowd G'd up by this. Zuma lays it short to Ben Johnson playing through the lines. And so here comes Bruno for them. He's coming on for 28, who is Willock, I think. It is Willock. I'm trying to de-skin this orange. Give me issues, bro. It's giving me issues. It's a difficult one. It is a difficult one. Antonio's doing all right. He's finding himself out wide constantly, but he's doing all right. He's hustling. He's bustling, right? Not there where he just let play go past him. I feel like, though, he's finding himself too deep too often. I feel like he's finding himself too deep and too wide too often, and we could be better at that. I feel like he could and should be better at that. It's in. We have belled, metaphorically. Spiritually, we have belled. Will that affect the play? A goal here, either way, could be massive. A goal for us, huge. Puts us back in contention for Europe, whereas right now it feels like we're slowly falling out of that quite quickly. A goal for Newcastle in their relegation chase could be massive. Because even if you don't consider West Ham a team who are chasing Europe, whether it be Champions League, whether it be top six, whatever, even if you don't consider us a team who are doing that, a win away against a team in the top half, again, for Newcastle was good. A goal, either way, big. Michail Antonio with a terrible piece of control, just bounces off him. Dan Burn then just boots it clear. Again, Newcastle, you suspect it would be a lot more happy with a point here than West Ham would. A lot more happy with a point. And right now they're sitting deep, got every man inside their own half. Chris Wood's daring to step into the centre circle right now. As West Ham pass it round sort of just behind the halfway line. Pinged forward. Fornals tries his best. Bless. And he's been pulled back for a foul. He's in shock. We'll see what happens. Almiron. It's a yellow card. I think it's going to VAR. Fornals. He catches Almiron. His studs showing. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, but it was studs showing. He's got a yellow. I don't know if they can go back and change that VAR. I don't know what the rules currently are for it. Either way, we move. VAR check complete. Yellow cards confirmed. 5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes left for either side to get a winner here. Yarmo time. Get him. Come on, P-Gads. Let's go. Get him in. Let's get him in. Right. We move. Is this season starting to feel a little bit like the Allardyce last season where we were incredible in the first half of the season and then literally nothing in the second half? A little bit. James channeling David Moyes here. The thing is, this could go either way. This could very easily go either way. This could Chris Wood could score a header out of nowhere. We could score a goal out of nowhere. It's 4 minutes for it to happen. Corner for Newcastle United. Thank you everyone for watching, by the way. If you haven't already, subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. Here we go. Follow me on Twitter. Top lad. Why not? Screw it. Target whips the ball in from the corner on the left-hand side. Nodded away by Kurt Zuma, who's had a good game. Battle ends up with an offside for Newcastle. West Ham have a free kick inside their own area. Fabianski throws it some way forward. Is what it is. Craig Dawson gets man of the match from BT. You love to see it. In fact, yes, chat, let me know who is your man of the match. Whoever gets the most amount of votes in the chat that I can see will win the Hams Chat man of the match. Let me know who you're vibing. Let me know who you're vibing. This game increasingly feels a little bit like a 1-1, but there will at least be one chance either way to go. Target tries to play it forward, but just straight into Declan Rice for nows. Out wide to Declan Rice, who's charging forwards. He's trying to take on Murphy, who does very well. He's had a good game today, Murphy, to be fair. Played short to Fornals. Pumps it wide. Not just controlled down by Vlasic. Cresswell's early cross completely blocked. It wasn't a great idea. And then all of a sudden they stream back forward. Newcastle going in the opposite direction. Bruno. Little nudge, completely just laid down easy. He's annoyed he didn't get a foul there. Nudge from behind potentially. And West Ham regain possession and they go up the other end. Declan Rice. The end of this game, not like the end of the first half, drab. The end of this one, exciting. But the end of the first half did have a goal. Will this one? I feel like if we're working in opposites, then no. A bad pass. Zuma manages to just salvage something from it. But my God, it was very close to being the worst you've ever seen. This is massively end-to-end stuff right now. Just battling, going back and forth. Joe Linton plays it out wide to Murphy for Newcastle. On the left-hand side, coming towards crossing position potentially. Lays it back instead to Bruno. Joe Linton. Out on the left. This is a good opportunity to cross this in. Doesn't quite happen. Bruno. Plays it back like a minute and a half has passed and nothing has happened. Big ball over the top, looking for Kraft, and I tell you what, it's a solid challenge from Cresswell. Kraft stayed down from Cresswell. And West Ham are playing on. Kraft is actually down off the pitch, and so West Ham are in their rights to carry on. And I don't know if he was there was no foul. So, but a big ball forward, and Bowen battles for it. He can't quite keep it on. It's close, and then Dan Burn comes in as solid as you like, and there's a fire up between him and Bowen. The linesman getting just in the middle, as does Dubravka and a bunch of other players, just to calm him down. Bowen specifically looks fuming right now. My God, the ball comes forward and Jarrod Bowen does his best to try and keep it on. Doesn't quite. Dan Burn comes over with about as robust a challenge as you're ever going to see. You'd call it a reducer if it was in the first minute, but it wasn't at all. Dan Burn does pick up a yellow card for it because, my God. So going back up quickly for the man of the match we don't deserve. I maybe not. I don't know. One of those ones. Lascelles looks like he's about to come on for some reason. I assume for Emil Kraft, who's still off. Again, for some reason. Drop Antonio. Dawson. Ibra Dawsonovic. David Moyes. Jorgen. Yes. Dawson Zuma. And there is the full-time whistle. And you got to say, Newcastle probably a lot more happy than we are. Congratulations to Greg Dawson winning the Hammers Chat Man of the Match award. Deserved. Good game. Great goal. It happens. Let me know how you feel about the game. Where is it? I just saw something there. Top 6 is gone. We've been crap for far too long. How can players be tired? They've had a mid-season break. Man of match corner flag better than some of our players. The story again will be no transfers brought in. Frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Because to be honest with you, you would say, you would probably say that was there for the taking. I think for both sides, you could make the argument that was there for the taking. But realistically, from our point of view, especially in that second half, where defensively we were a lot more solid in that second half than we were the first. First half was all over the shop. First half was exciting. I've said this before, I'll say it again. First half was exciting from a neutral perspective, probably because both teams were so bad. Both teams looked like they just didn't know how to play football. And that added an element of just like fever pitch to it. That second half, we were a lot more competent, but going forward, we lacked a little bit of something. Probably a little bit less adventurous. And it just didn't happen in the end. It just didn't happen. And it was there for the taking because Newcastle in that second half, I thought, were a lot more blunt than they were in the first. I think the first half, they had a lot of chances and everything else, but it just didn't come to pass. And sometimes it happens like that. Unfortunately for us, it just continuously happens like that. Thank you very much, Wally, for the $10 right at the end there. YouTube's hard work, match on. Not true. That's 100% peach, but I will take it. Thank you, Wally. I really do genuinely appreciate it. You know I do. Also, shout out to Pears, Stephen, and the New Movement for their donations today. For the full-time fund, always massively appreciated. The review is added a redirect to this video. I don't know what Geo's saying there, but the point is that don't know what that does. Who knows? Vibe it, innit? Vibe it. The point is that the review is ready, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be spamming it in the link now, in the chat now. So make sure to go and have a click and go and vibe with Geo and discuss the ins and outs of the game. Head on over there. Thank you very much for watching. If you stuck around, if you've come for just the end, if you're here at halftime, full-time, whatever it is, thank you very much. Make sure to subscribe if you're new around here. Hit the like button. Notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming streams. Remember, we do watch-alongs every single match day here without fail. We are here. So thank you very much. Come back again. I need you because I do it by myself. Once more, thank you to New Movement, Stephen, Pears, and Wally World for their donations because it's much appreciated. But ladies and gentlemen, click on the review, go and watch it, and I will see you for the next game where hopefully we're a little bit better. Come on, you Irons, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.